Superman?
Yeah. If you
aliens?
Yeah, because they're not human. That's like the only thing he shows mercy to. If you notice, like he don't give a fuck about robots or aliens
or parademons. He doesn't really care about parademons.
Everything else is getting ripped into half.
Well, let's go ahead and start this podcast. What's up, guys? My name is Andy.
I'm Herb.
And this is Herb.
I just said that.
He's a talented gentleman. Yeah, you did. You can find me on Twitch. He's got game. That's HEEZ. Got game. It's not that hard.
So we doing the shout outs first.
I mean, just beginning and end. Fuck it.
Twitch. Find me. Twitch.tv/Hikado Rain. HIKADO _ Rain.
It's a great name.
REIGN.
Oh, I thought it was like rain, like
no.
Just make it rain in the club.
No, I reign over niggas. That's what it is.
Okay. And this is the Fandomnauts podcast. We talk about a bunch of cool stuff.
Fandoms.
I'm gonna insert intro here. And this is where an intro. After post editing, there's gonna be an intro there. You'll see that. Okay.
Intro.
So, yes, I'll figure something out. Okay.
All right.
But thanks for joining us on this podcast. We're just gonna go ahead and jump right in. We want to do a quickie today.
Hop right into it.
Hop right into it because this weekend was pretty eventful. It
was a pretty nice weekend. Valentine's Day.
Shout out to all y'all lovebirds.
It was a good one for me.
All of you Nightwings and Starfires. All of you.
That was a good one.
Jean Greys and Cyclopses.
That's not a good one because
Yeah, there's more of a tragic relationship.
that's not a good one.
They kind of don't end up together, really, right?
And then she goes off and fucks Wolverine like while they're together.
Oh, duh.
Like, yo, I'm right here. I got laser beams coming out my eyes.
You know what's funny about that? Scott, which his name is Cyclops, saw that coming a mile away. It's really funny because
it's hilarious.
Because he knew Wolverine. He knew Wolverine was a threat from the first day to his relationship.
First moment he saw that nigga.
That's why he was so like, no, stay away from my Jean, bro. And then years passed, and Wolverine still got in there.
Mr. Take Your Girl. Wolverine took Jean.
He's like, I'm a fucking girl at least once. We might not end up together. I love your girl, man, but we're gonna at least.
But he ended up with Emma Frost, which isn't that's not a bad.
Ooh, Cyclops did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's like his final one.
Well, there was Madeline Pryor. We're going to talk about all this.
Yeah, we'll get into it, whatever.
But shout out to you lovebirds. It was a Valentine's Day weekend. And that wasn't the only event. A big, bad movie came out this weekend.
Smashed the box office. Surprisingly.
Of course, we're talking about Deadpool, the guy in red.
Not Zoolander.
Not Zoolander, yeah. He also wears spandex. I'm pretty sure he does, right?
Right. But Deadpool.
Tight clothes at least. He wears a lot of tight clothes and makeup.
Man, Deadpool smashed the box office.
You know what's funny about that matchup? It's like the pretty movie, which is Zoolander about pretty people versus the ugly motherfucker. You're like,
he got cancer on his face.
He got cancer.
Looked like a fucking scrotum. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Bro, they went in on the jokes with that.
Oh my god.
That scene where when old dude went in on his face.
Well, the first story here is him and Tim Miller. Yeah, the first story here is Deadpool makes $135 million opening weekend. If we count on the 4-day weekend, it's like what, closer to 150.
Closer to 150.
And nobody saw this coming.
Nobody saw it coming. Before this weekend, it was on track to make $50 million.
Yeah, $50 million. The movie cost $40 million. Fox was ecstatic. Oh, we're getting our money back in one weekend.
All right.
They greenlit the sequel like the day before it came out.
Yeah.
So Deadpool 2 already coming out. I guess because spoiler alert, if you haven't watched. By the way, there's gonna be spoilers on this because we're gonna say what we like and didn't like about the movie.
We gotta talk about it.
We gotta talk about it. So if you don't, you can skip ahead or stop crying. You already played, so I got your view. So nah, just kidding. Just kidding. Don't hit that dislike. But we're gonna talk about it. Spoiler alert. But I guess because at the end of the post credit scene.
Yeah.
Post credit scene was Deadpool pretty much talking to you and saying,
Cable's gonna be the next one.
Cable's gonna be the next one. That's the spoiler. Sorry. Again, you're dumb. You didn't pause it. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Come on.
That's pretty much it, though. I mean, no plot, no characters even casted yet, right? None of the new characters casted.
But it showed that they were really like
dedicated to this.
Well, they were really confident in the movie because they already greenlit a sequel. They're like, whenever they do that, that means they think their movie's good. It's gonna be bomb. So it's like, okay, so I might as well go ahead and watch this one because they already said the second one's gonna come. The movie itself was great. Like,
lo and behold, they were right.
They were right. Well, no, they weren't right. Okay, because the internet was right.
The internet was right.
I give this win for the internet. Fox, you only did this. You only did this because the internet told you to. You weren't even gonna do this. It proves that studios don't always make the best decisions on their own. Like, they hire people that act like they know. Well, they do know what they're talking about, but they don't always know what they're talking about. They're not that connected. Like,
they're not the end all be all.
Yeah, they're not the end all be all. Like, I don't think they factor like fan support and fan reactions, and like what I notice a lot nowadays, the studios actually are more reactive to what the fans want.
Yeah, that has been
like that never used to be the case.
Definitely.
Oh man,
I mean, look at how transparent they are now. They're the only reason they are as transparent. We're coming out this movie next year. The next year, and then after that,
well, you better be not saying like you can get Sony hacked. You better tell us what's coming out.
But I think part of that reason that they're being so transparent is to be more connected with their people and see how they feel.
Oh yeah, and guess what? When you do what the people want, guess what? They fucking pay you. It's $150 money. Yes, we're not against giving you money. We're against giving you for some bullshit. I just committed a foul. That was my ringtone, and I'm going to turn it down now. But I'm a nerd because Combo Breaker is my ringtone. But the fans basically made this movie happen. Yeah. Fans and Ryan Reynolds. Reynolds has tried for years, and basically, I don't know.
Because his fan base, everybody wants. I mean, because of that Wolverine piece of shit they shoved down our throat.
Great! They had a great reference to that too. In the movie.
And they actually had a couple of different references to some of his bad movies. Green Lantern was in there too.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds himself was a long running joke in the movie.
Yeah,
he just kept going.
I mean, it was classic Ryan Reynolds. If there is a classic him, that movie, he is Deadpool or Flash. But he's the quintessential.
Deadpool. He's Deadpool.
In any movie that he's ever been in, he's always been like that type of character.
Yeah, Deadpool doesn't work without Ryan Reynolds carrying it on his shoulder. Like he made it happen. Kudos to him.
Yeah. Could you see any other actor playing Deadpool and pulling it off?
No. Even I liked him for the first 10 minutes of the Wolverine movie. Even the last time.
Yeah.
He was Deadpool then. To me,
that was true Deadpool. Yeah.
Yeah, like great. And I don't know, man. Basically, I'm not giving this win for Fox, even though congratulations, you fucked up on Fantastic Four. If anybody from Fox ever listens to this, Fantastic Four, you guys probably fired all those guys, brought some new people in, and said, let's get this Merc with the mouth thing a try. And you know what? This time around, let's not close his mouth shut. Let's not do that because his name is Merc with the mouth. Let's try actually putting him in his red suit.
Let's see what the fans actually wants.
Yeah, let's see if that works. And do it for cheap. And guess what? You just banked.
Made a bunch of money.
Just banked. Yeah, I'm really happy that Deadpool did. And it's a rated R movie, so a lot of these rated R movies are going to be greenlit from now on.
That's the best thing about this is the success of this movie, It's the fact that it was a rated R movie and it still broke 150.
Yeah, it's a rated R comic book movie.
Superhero.
Made for $40 million. And that's more than triple. It's like triple its production budget in the first weekend. It's made, actually, if I'm not mistaken, this movie has made more than its bigger franchise, supposedly. You don't see the air quotes. Video's coming soon.
He's throwing up air quotes
right now, but video's coming soon. But the biggest movie, X-Men: Days of Future Past, was their biggest, and it made more money in its opening weekend than it. Like, it beat its opening. So, like, Deadpool might actually be Fox's biggest franchise, including X-Men.
Yeah.
And this is one where it was kind of like a throwaway for them. They were like not taking it seriously, so they just gave all control. I think Fox just.
This was almost an indie superhero movie.
Yeah, this is pretty much an indie superhero movie, just doing stupid numbers. And you know what? The special effects in the movie were good. Like,
oh, they were legit.
Like the movie. Let's talk about the movie itself. Like, the movie itself was a legit movie. Like, it felt like a Ferris Bueller's Day Off in a way. Yeah, like that type of a movie, but like balls to the wall. It had a great love story. I like that. I like flashbacks really work for Deadpool because he does the fourth wall thing a lot.
Yeah.
So he tells you, even in the comics, he kind of tells you what's going on. There's a lot of stories where it kind of is the way it was in that movie.
I mean, Deadpool as a character himself lends himself well to being in the movies. I mean,
right.
He's a fourth wall character, a superhero, which is he's the only one that is like that. The only one. So I mean, that alone, the fact that he can communicate and at least interact with the audience, I think people love that fact. And this is an adult series. It's gonna be an adult series.
Oh, dude,
people love that.
There was so much sex. Oh my god,
it was titties.
There was rough sex.
I saw a badge. I'm pretty sure I saw a badge at the strip.
Oh no, I did. Yeah. I remember. I clearly saw that.
Come on, man.
That was crazy. No, the most gruesome sex scene is when Ryan Reynolds got fucked in the ass.
Oh
Spoiler alert! But like, there's a
that came out of nowhere.
There's a scene. There's even a Stan Lee cameo in this, and it was dope.
He was the DJ.
He was the DJ at the strip club. Oh my god. Yeah, if you haven't watched the movie, by the way, you should be listening.
You should check out this movie. Like, if you haven't seen this by now, it's Tuesday. What is wrong with you? Go see the movie.
It came out Thursday night, Friday. Come on, guys.
Go see the movie.
Go see the movie. Overall, special effects were good. I like the way the movie started. Actually, the one with the credits.
Oh yeah,
the credits were just like you have to pay attention to that. If you didn't pay attention, you would be like, you just think it was saying names, but then it's like overpaid actor number one, and like greatest screenwriters ever. Like,
I mean, the way the story was told, like at the initial beginning, even from that Frozen scene, how it was coming in, that was pretty reminiscent of what's his name?
Which one?
He did Inglourious Bastards.
Are you talking about Tarantino?
Yeah, I don't know why I drew a blank on Tarantino's name. Forgive me.
Yeah,
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, the comments probably gonna fire you. How dare you forget Tarantino's name?
I don't know why I drew a blank there, but like it was very reminiscent of his style, like the way it started. Like it was really dope. I really like the way it started.
I love when movies do something clever with every part of the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they use the movie to the max. Credits. Let's do something clever with the credits. Like every single thing you can do with the movie, like you know, they work with it. You know what I mean? They worked it
really well.
Like the credits were cool. I like the way Deadpool just introduced straight up. Listen to shoot.
Oh yeah.
Like it had like that kind of Guardians of the Galaxy feel.
Yeah,
at certain times with the soundtrack.
You can tell they were kind of going for that a little bit. Like they were trying to reach for that.
It didn't go all the way. It didn't like completely rip off.
It definitely did step on their toes.
And they definitely picked songs that fit Deadpool. Like they didn't go like straight up 70s pop like Guardians did, or 60s, 70s pop. They went more with like songs that would fit Deadpool, and they didn't do it for too long. Like it wasn't like that was the main focus of the movie, but they did do it at times where it just like it worked well for him, man.
Yeah, the director, man, he did his thing.
Yeah, man. Well, it was like a team. It was Ryan. Like the whole team, I think, worked that movie. That's why that movie worked well, and they got to do whatever they want. They made it a legit movie first. They didn't just make it like a comedy with a weak story. They made it a strong story and then inserted jokes. That's how I felt like.
That's how you do it, man.
Yeah, like the love story actually is capturing.
I would say excuse me, but the worst part about the movie, and this is just like me nitpicking.
Yeah.
But the part that just kind of took me out of the movie, if there was anything that would, was Colossus.
Yeah.
He was a little hacky.
And the CG on sometimes the CG wasn't the best on him. It's like he didn't have to be CG the entire movie.
Yeah, like I was wondering, like you didn't need to do that.
And he was different than the former versions of Colossus. Like, well, at least when they've already
the full-grown adult Colossus instead of the teen Colossus, which is the one they've established in the.
That's why the whole timeline thing doesn't make sense right now. Like. So they're in the 80s. They have a version of Colossus in the 80s. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Well, do they? No, they had a version of Colossus in the future, very distant future. But that version of Colossus was more the strong silent type, which is closer to the comics. This one was more lighthearted. I mean, it wasn't horrible. Don't get me wrong, but he was like cliche Russian.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like his accent and the way he was acting, like cliche Russian accent.
I like the strong silent type for him, like But
aside from that, I mean, the other X-Men, the little girl who I don't know what X-Men that is.
Oh, Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yeah, I've never heard.
I've heard of her, but I heard of her after they announced the movie and it revealed that she's one of the characters. Okay. I looked her up.
Okay, that's never heard of the X-Men before, but
still,
it was pretty cool.
Well, see, okay, again with the timeline thing, right? The X-Men and Deadpool's timeline are all like they're not Scott. I don't know if they're gonna be. Scott's gonna be. It probably will be Scott because he's probably older by then. But they're not the ones that were in Days of Future Past or like the other ones. They're gonna be like different versions of the X-Men. Apparently, the Apocalypse storyline happens. It's very confusing. All that stuff is all the X-Men stuff is very confusing. And one thing about Colossus I wanted to say is, I mean, don't get me wrong, he was cool and all, and I like that they made they gave you a bridge to the X-Men and Deadpool, right?
Right.
You had $50 million.
Right.
You chose Colossus as your, tied to the X-Men? Because there's no particular comic where X-Men and Colossus are just, tied together. And you could have used I know you were trying to go for cheap X-Men that you could just easily tie together, but why Colossus? I mean, Colossus doesn't... You could have picked any other X-Men. There's X-Men that you could have picked. Wolverine. I mean, Wolverine would have been obvious, but he would have been more expensive. Okay, what would have been more expensive? Hiring a cheap actor, but making him a completely CGI character for the whole movie, so spending the money on that, or just hiring the actor for the cameo and save... limit your time just for the cameo purposes.
Well, to Ryan Reynolds' defense, I'm not sure what they tried to do before they came out with the movie, but in the movie, he did make several references to Wolverine.
Or Beast.
In a sense that he couldn't get him. If they, it seemed like they tried to get him, but they couldn't.
No, I don't think they had enough time to shoehorn, and he was having movies he had to do or something, maybe. Yeah. It's not that he was unwilling. I'm pretty sure Hugh Jackman wanted to do it, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you could have picked more interior, not interior X-Men, but closer to the main X-Men. Beast. He's not an expensive guy. You could have got Beast to be that character, or you could have got someone that could have maybe even Cyclops. James Marsden. He's a grown-up version, right?
You really could have got a Cyclops in there. I mean, if we're trying to go for a cheap character, as far as CG goes and using the character.
Well, and especially what they did with Colossus. He had a fight scene, and he had one where he was just talking to Deadpool at the bridge, pretty much. Right. Those are the two main scenes that Colossus is in.
Pretty much, yeah.
If you could replace the fight scene at the end with Cyclops doing the fight scene, James Marsden, just bring him back. I think his name is James Marsden, the one that did the
old Cyclops?
X1 and X2. Yeah, because he's still the current Cyclops. They showed you. Remember, Days of Future Past at the very end. That's 2016 or 15.
They showed him?
And that was him as Cyclops. Remember, Wolverine saw Jean Grey.
Yeah.
And he was about to hit on her again, and then Cyclops comes in and says, "Whoa, buddy, don't get a little too close." Yeah, and it was a genuine him.
Oh yeah, it was.
So you could have easily got him to do it. I would. That's the only thing I wouldn't. If I'm nitpicking on, I would have preferred it would have been somebody closer to the actual X-Men. Colossus is definitely a true X-Men. He's actually one of the closer to the original.
Yeah, he's considered in the core.
He's in the core. I like him. Don't get me wrong, but I would have preferred somebody closer. Storm even? Nah, I don't know if you would have gone Halle Berry. She would have been really expensive.
Well, the new Storm is not Halle Berry, so I don't think that's not.
No, the new Storm, but that's because they're not focusing on this timeline. That's the only reason why it's not. I don't know. I don't know. It was weird, but Deadpool himself, great story. What also surprised me about the movie is how many non-funny parts there are, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's there's straight up storytelling moments. There's no joke here. I mean, this is how we're talking. I mean, they're just straight up moments like that, and that was kind of cool too. It was like a movie first. That's why I was That's why I kind of I thought it was gonna go the super bad route. I said this to you earlier. I thought it was gonna be a super bad route where if you pay attention to what super bad actually is, there's not very strong story. It's just about two bros going to a party, and planning, and then the road to get to the party, from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. That's pretty much what the story structure was.
Right.
And I thought for Deadpool, pretty much beginning to end, similar line. I thought, go get the girl back. Pretty much I was in love. They took my girl. Go get the girl back. And then the movie strong point was going to be the jokes that you put around it, just like Superbad. Right. Not really. It was a movie first, and then they inserted jokes. It was like a movie with a story first.
Yeah, they built the legitimate plot with the him. Obviously, that's Deadpool's story. He gets cancer and has to find a way to fight it. But like the way they told that story with the dude that the doctor dude, they put him in that vat, took away his breathing. That was real.
Oh, that's like some torture.
Think about putting in that situation, bro. Yeah, my new power's probably gonna be activated.
They thought about that. Well, and I actually like the change that they did to his origin. So if you don't know, Deadpool is kind of a weird line when it comes to if he's an actual mutant or not.
Right.
He is a mutant, but in the comics, he's a person that was mutated by government testing.
Right.
They're trying to replicate Wolverine's super healing factor, right?
Right.
And then he got mutated, and the healing factor went above and beyond Wolverine's apparently. And he's a mutant because he was mutated similar to the Hulk,
right?
Or
exactly.
something like that.
Yeah.
And this one, and what they did in the movie is basically they said he's a mutant already with his genes are just dormant. Right. It takes extreme stress. So basically, they pumped him with a similar serum to exfoliate the dominant, and then like they put him through a lot of stress, which was the torture. And when they show you and the torture he had to go through, they actually show you why Deadpool kind of is a twisted individual in a way.
Yeah.
I kind of see why he's one of those people that before he was even Deadpool with the super healing. He's just one of the people that like hides his pain through not laughter, through his jokes or whatever. Yeah. Like he kind of handles his pain in that way, and then going through that shit with the cancer and heartbreaking, like losing his girl type. Yeah, there's a bunch of shit. Like it did it very well. I like the movie overall, but yeah, man, Deadpool did great. There's nothing really much left to say. We're gonna talk about it again because we're gonna do another podcast with our missing member, Chris.
You gotta go through his whole name.
Yeah, Social Security.
That's what Cal stands for.
Yeah. And we're probably gonna go a lot. We had a bet. He said we were giving the over under. Remember?
Yeah, over under.
You were closer to the track.
I said 65.
65, something like that. I said 80, and he said 100 mil.
You said 80? You said 80?
Yeah, 80.
Oh, okay, yeah.
80. I said 80 to 90. I didn't think it was going to do 100. It did. It beyond.
Yeah.
It did it closer to 100.
It wrecked shop. So,
yeah,
I mean, good for the industry, if anything.
So, we're going to have to give him his 5 minutes to brag. He's going to want to talk shit.
But whatever.
But since we're on X-Men, we can still keep going on with the X-Men and Fox theme. Because the X-Men producer Simon Kinberg, he says that there might be a rated R X-Force movie because of the Deadpool success. So we'll just cover that real quick. That sounds awesome. I would love to see a rated R version of the X-Men. Because they already have just to see what the structure of the Fox cinematic universe is. Right. They already said they're doing another movie for the main X-Men movie. So after X-Men Apocalypse, same cast, same director, they're gonna bring that back, and they're probably gonna just sequelize Apocalypse. Like continue the storyline with Apocalypse. Yeah. Especially now that Cable's gonna be introduced somewhere in Deadpool 2. Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming that that's basically that's still being a movie. Now, a few months ago, it was they have a slot Fox does for an X-Men movie that's gonna come out, right? I think it was called New Mutants.
And they didn't really put anything right there, did they?
I don't know if they named it, but it was apparently the New Mutants, X-Men New Mutants like movie slot,
right?
Or it might double for the X-Force. That's where X-Force might go. They might just switch it up and not do New Mutants and just do X-Force with that slot. Or they might just take Fantastic Four 2s, because they already announced that one, and they just might make that X-Force. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like,
I really do think they're going to give it a Fantastic Four.
No, they already... No, I think they already said something about it.
Are they doing the third one?
No, they even they're not doing the second one. I already think. I think they said they're not even going to do the second one.
Oh, okay.
Because look at the numbers. Like no, I think it's going back to Marvel.
I was joking.
No, it's not happening. That's why I said they're going to take over its spot.
It's really not happening.
I'm pretty sure that's not happening. Like that's why I said it's going to take over its spot. You know what I mean? So that's probably going to happen. And they have Gambit coming out, Wolverine coming out.
I completely forgot about Gambit, dude. I'm kind of sad here. I hope the trailer, the first trailer that dudes come out for Gambit, just as a side.
Well, it got pushed back.
It's really still though. I just hope that it's really dope because I don't have very much hope for this Gambit movie, and I love Gambit. I mean, he's awesome.
Channing Tatum. It's just I just can't get over it. And Channing Tatum's not a bad actor. It's just not
weird
what I would
choice
go
for
for Remy LeBeau. You know, like
Yeah,
Remy LeBeau.
right.
Like, I wanted maybe like give me one of those European Australian motherfuckers. Like they probably would kill it. Like they can do accents very well. Like Tom Hiddleston type dudes, you know.
Yep.
Matter of fact, Tom Hiddleston himself might have been a great Gambit if you just, you know, like. Now, too bad Marvel snatched him up.
Old dude would have been a great Gambit. Of course, he would be. He's a great actor, but Interstellar.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he would be the best. With an accent.
As Remy LeBeau, he'd be the best.
And
fucking,
smooth.
He'd be so cold as Gambit, bro.
Guys,
think about it. He's the perfect Gambit.
Y'all fucked up. You really fucked up. You should have got Matthew McConaughey.
Perfect Gambit.
See my shit.
All right.
Well, you see my shit. I throw cards in there. They blow up.
I throw cards, they blow up. I don't know.
I can't even do a French accent, but like a Korean accent, but like you could just see him killing that.
He would kill that.
Damn. And he does want to do a comic book movie. The only thing with these comic book movies is they don't want like these big actors or like him, like they don't want to be tied up with 3 or 4 movies.
Yeah.
They're not just gonna let
you do
It's a commitment. They're not just gonna let you do one movie. There's no way.
And you know the big actors, they really only like to do one-offs. They don't like to do sequels.
Yeah, I mean that's why villain roles for great actors would be cool. Like kill them all. Go ahead. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But an X-Force movie would be good. Yeah, Wolverine. I don't know if Wolverine 3 is gonna have anything to do with any of the movies. Pretty much, it's probably gonna be so far in the future because it's Old Man Logan apparently. So it's probably gonna be so far in their timeline that none of that matters anymore.
Or maybe it's just him facing off for the apocalypse for no random reason.
Well, okay, they already said that Xavier is in that, and it's the old Xavier though.
Is it old Logan?
Yeah, it's an old Logan. It's the older version too. Like what's his name? God dang it, Star Trek guy. Oh God, you're right, the bald one. Anyway.
Yeah, y'all gotta get on this for this.
Sir.
I have been drawing blanks on everybody's names today.
And I know names. That's the weird. Anyway, they already said he's in the movie. I'm gonna call him Professor X.
Let's just go with that.
Professor X is already in the movie. Wolverine's in the movie. I'm trying to see if they do the old man Logan like exactly. I'm trying to see who they will replace for Hawkeye because it's kind of like a cross country thing, right?
Yeah.
Cross country. Cyclops maybe or. I would like to. I would prefer Cyclops.
Oh, you think they would actually just replace?
Because they can't use. Hawkeye.
Oh, right, they can't. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, there's a bunch of characters they're about to just switch out.
Yeah.
Like who's gonna play Hulk? Like the Blob probably. Like,
oh fuck. I hope not.
It's probably gonna be. And you know what? Blob probably. And I'm gonna say something very unpopular. Blob. Basically, if you give the description of how Hulk acted in Old Man Logan, he didn't act like the Hulk we knew. He actually acted like Blob would.
Yeah, I mean, the Hulk in Old Man Logan, his mind was deteriorated. He was an
asshole. He was just about consumption.
Yeah, he was nothing.
Really think about it. Like
really
really
nothing but Hulk left. Bruce Banner was completely gone.
Right. He was an idiot that was just about consumption. He was really big. Think about just a Blob that got really huge and did pretty much the same thing. Yeah. I think that would work. And he takes over that part of the world. Like Blob would work to me, even because. If you're getting mad that it's not Hulk, there wasn't any characteristics of the Hulk other than he's fucking huge or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't really any Hulk characteristics, so it doesn't really matter. Sir Patrick Stewart. Yes,
that's the name we're going for.
Yes. Thank you for correcting that. It was bugging me. It was like an itch I couldn't scratch. I want his road buddy, which with Hawkeye in the comic books, right?
Yeah, that's who we roll with throughout the story.
I would like to see a Wolverine.
But Hawkeye died though. Eventually, like halfway into the first chapter.
Yeah, don't let that happen. Well, if he does die, then let it happen like as a closer to the beginning of the final act to me. I want the whole road part to be a big part of the movie, kind of like where it's.
What if he rode?
I want the Cyclops Wolverine, like that way you can do a lot more with their like whole love affair with Jean, how much they kind of hate each other.
Right.
You can address their rivalry. You can finally have them settle things, like, you know what I mean, like, or like make their friendship really like exfoliated more, and then Cyclops dies. And like it just makes the movie really hardening, you know what I mean? Like, this is somebody who's known for years and like had like this weird thing against them, and like back and forth.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I would like that down there. And this Sabretooth apparently might be a big part of the story too. So it might be Sabretooth. It's X-Men and not X-Men, but Wolverine and Sabretooth road tripping. That might be what it is, you know, like if
I wouldn't mind seeing the Sabretooth done correctly. I mean, the one they did in the 1 and 2 was kind of he was done
done well in one of the Wolverine movies where they teamed up at the beginning and were like they went through history together. Where they're like, well, they're like brothers. I mean, that one part was cool as fuck.
That was cool as fuck, but that wasn't done.
No. The whole movie overall is not done right. I think Sabretooth
it was a cool concept on how they would spin Sabretooth. I'll say that.
Well, no, Sabretooth was better done in that movie than he was earlier in the series because he's a different Sabretooth.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm about to say. Like the one they did earlier in the series with like the weird golden eyebrows. They were like super hairy and like he just looked kind of funny.
Well, if he's still his brother, if that's still canon, because they kind of changed everything, right, with that the Days of Future Past. If he's still his brother, then do what I was just saying with Cyclops, with Sabretooth, and they team up for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like and final
resolve that. Another team up, yeah.
Resolve that, and like Patrick Stewart, Sabretooth, Wolverine.
What if they get like an old Spider-Man?
They can't do Spider-Man.
I mean, they can't do Spider-Man.
Who would you replace?
But what if they can get Spider-Man? Because Spider-Man's like grandies or something, isn't it?
Well, it's Spider-Woman, right? Who would they replace?
Like
They'd probably do Psylocke or something. They'd probably do like you could just like you could easily just switch out. They have access to a lot of characters.
They do. That's the one thing about X-Men.
Like the amount of mutants there are.
And one thing they really haven't gone back on the whole what's her face? Oh my god, I'm really drawing a block on everybody's name. The girl who takes the powers. I know my X-Men. Don't shit on me right now. I know my X-Men, but they just completely forgot about Rogue. Like, what are we doing with Rogue?
Rogue should be first of all introduce the superhero where she Rogue, where she absorbed Captain Marvel to death.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, like that? She should really. You should maybe just introduce another mutant that has similar powers. You know, just ones that can fly and super strength. There's plenty. Yeah. Trust me. Yeah. Find one. Introduce as an introduction to the movie. Rogue kind of accidentally absorbs all the power and kills her. X-Men Apocalypse 2, bitch. Like that's how you do X-Men. You know what I mean? She probably will be in a sequel in that way. I think that's how they reboot it closer to that. And you have to make her bombshell.
What if they don't bring her in until the actual Gambit movie?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Gambit is gonna have Rogue in his movie. He's gonna have his first love interest. What's her name? I forgot. He has a love interest before Rogue that broke. That's pretty much his backstory. Not Labu. Belladonna. No.
Belladonna?
I think it is. That sounds like that is a porn star. I'm pretty sure that's a porn star too. That's why I remember hearing that. You got something in your eye?
Something's going crazy in my eye right now.
I wish I had video coming soon. So I don't think Rogue is going to be in that, but what I think that's going to do is Gambit is eventually going to be introduced to the main X-Men storyline. So X-Men Apocalypse 2, whenever that movie comes out, I'm pretty sure it's going to have Gambit meet the new version of Rogue. And please, who would you cast as Rogue, the new Rogue? Like, I would make her a little older than the teens because they kind of have to make that storyline work. Like, now that the storyline has been rebooted, make her in her early 20s and all the other ones in their teens, you know? Like, I would prefer that. Yeah. So she can get with Gambit because I want that. I want make that happen instead of Iceman. What the fuck? Remember, Rogue was with Iceman, right? I'm not mistaken.
And I was trying to think who would be a good Rogue right now.
That's what I was like, why did y'all make Jennifer Lawrence Mystique? She would have been
a good Rogue.
One, you could show her face as Rogue. If you have a big movie star, hello, what the fuck are y'all doing here, man?
They kind of shot the low with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, like, she's a blue bitch that could be anybody but the actress we hired her to be.
Like, cause there's not too many female.
Cause not nobody. No, is that Jennifer Lawrence? She was in that movie. Hunger Games chick. That's you picked the wrong character to pick her as.
That's exactly what they did.
Like her
That
power.
took away all of her clout, like all of
her
it.
power is literally to be anybody else. I mean, they've done it right so far, I guess, but it's like it's kind of hard to like always like even in its new trailers, like when you see her, it's like, oh, why are they showing more Jennifer Lawrence than Mystique? You know what I mean? Like it's Jennifer Lawrence all the time. It looks like Jennifer Lawrence. Like, why are they doing that?
They're trying to do it. I mean,
I don't even know why Mystique is tripping about her looks. Bitch, it could be anybody.
Just don't be blue.
It's an option. You literally, you can do it in your sleep. Like it's easy to you. What's wrong with you? Like you have no excuse. I'm sorry. You can live a normal life and no one would ever know.
Nobody. But
like,
you choose this. You choose this life. You want to be blue.
You drama seeking horror. Anyway.
We got off on the tangent. What were we talking about?
Who would be Rogue? If I could give a quick answer.
Who's a good... I can't think of one right now, man.
I can't think of one. Really good.
Aside from her being a legit female actor, just visually.
I say Emily Blunt, but I say her for everything. Emily
Blunt. You do. I mean,
Emily Blunt,
she's
the one
pretty
from
as fuck.
Days. No, it's not that. She's a good actress. What's that movie? The one with Tom Cruise, Live, Die, Repeat.
No, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that? That's a great movie. Go watch that movie.
See that.
It like people don't watch that movie because it wasn't promoted right. It looked boring as shit. It is the definition of a video game movie.
I haven't even heard of it.
No. You have seen it. It's because I'm using the other name. Live, Die, Repeat. It's Days of Tomorrow. No, Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow. Oh, that movie. Yeah. What the fuck? It's not the same movie.
No, dude. They renamed it to Live, Die, Repeat.
They
and
did?
when the DVD came out.
This is clear as fuck.
And that's because that's what the book was called.
Okay.
The graphic novel.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I didn't know they changed the name, but yeah, that was a dope movie.
Yeah, but remember her and Emily Blunt in that. She could do the action thing. And maybe she could make a good rogue.
Yeah, she'd be a good rogue. Yeah, I can see her as a rogue.
I don't know. I say her for everything. And she's a bigger name. She could open a big movie by herself. So you might want to use her for a bigger character. I heard she's rumored to be Captain Marvel for Marvel anyway, though. Like the female Captain Marvel.
Just because I haven't seen her in a while, I like to see her as rogue. That Konakova chick, whatever that name is.
Konakova.
I mean, I can't remember what her name is, but she was the Fifth Element.
Mila Jovovich.
Jovovich.
She's a little old though, dude.
Is she now? Like I haven't seen her in so long.
She's definitely in her 40s.
Yeah, she is. No, she's older, but I mean, I wouldn't see like a. But they could portray her as like a 30-ish rogue, and they'd be okay.
Nah, I don't want Shailene Woodley. I don't like Shailene Woodley. Like people like her I was like she does the same thing in every movie. She's a Divergent, in case y'all don't know the Divergent chick. I don't know. Rogue, you could just hire her. Just make sure she's bad. So, like Rogue is
bad as fuck.
Rogue is supposed to be hot. I'm sorry, guys.
It's supposed to be like gorgeous.
Like can we that's what half the comic book guys like comic books because of these hot girls. Can y'all like stop casting? Like
let's be real about it.
Like damn. But yeah, we got it on a tangent there. Rated X. But rated X movie.
We were talking about X-Force though, but I didn't really get to talk about it. But yeah, X-Force would be as a rated R movie. That'd be the only way X-Force could work because the comic book itself is basically like Deadpool's comic. It's very adult. It's a very adult comic.
That's interesting. What are they gonna do about Wolverine? Because I forgot.
Because he is part of the X-Force. He's basically he's one of the leaders of the X-Force. Like near the beginning of it, depending on which series you read. But like
they might reboot him by then. Because I think Wolverine 3 is the last one, right?
And yeah, Wolverine 3 is this last one he's gonna be in. But
Hugh Jackman.
The X-Force is supposed to have Wolverine and the other chick, Weapon X, which. In one of the X-Men movies,
X-23?
Yeah, X-23, Weapon X, which in one of the other movies, he killed her. So
that's so whack, dude. That should have been a father's daughter. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's what that storyline should be like. Just period. Like,
they could reboot all of that.
Like, that's what it should
the timelines change, baby. Oh yeah,
that's what it
timeline change, baby. They're gonna reboot Wolverine, so that'd be a perfect opportunity. That movie. Like, while they're getting all the characters, like they're recruiting. Yeah, that is loud. While they're recruiting all the characters, basically, we'll get it in a post. Don't worry. Basically, it'll be cool to like have he'd be like the last recruited member, and like they all go to recruit him, and he knocks all of them out.
That's pretty much how it happened.
And like, and you see the new Wolverine, and you see the new Wolverine for the first time. Maybe like I don't know, who'd you get? I still
That's Wolverine.
I still say what's his name? Who played Bane?
Michael Shaw what?
No, Bane.
Oh, I'm thinking of Spawn. My bad, y'all.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy. I still say he could do the angry. I want to see him do just one angry moment as Wolverine.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! He would kill it, but
he's a huge. Ain't he a pretty big dude? How tall is he?
No,
he's not that tall, is he?
He's not that tall. He just looks big at times because they make him.
Yeah, they make him big. I mean, in Lawless, dude's big as fucking Lawless.
Yeah, I think he's just average height. Anything else on the X-Force?
Well, just to talk about it. I mean, outside of X-Force, I mean, this is going to be a good launch into the new age of comic book movies where they're going to be rated R.
Yes,
just a whole bunch of rated R superhero movies. That's going to be awesome.
If you could have, just real quick, if you could have one hero or that could get a rated R movie, what would you do? Mine would be like an alternate timeline type of deal. Like I always wanted to see that one version of Batman that was Bruce Wayne's dad.
Oh, that was Batman real. That was cool, yeah.
And his mom just make go like I always want to see a Batman movie that was rated R. To be honest, like I think you could do Batman doesn't have to be rated R. PG-13 is perfect for him, really.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you just took Batman a step further, it would be really cool to see. Even if you did a small budget. Like Batman movie, I think it'd be really cool. Like maybe like a Deadpool, like 40-50 million.
Yeah.
And then make it like an alternate universe spin-off type movie and do that. I was in the Batman I'm talking about. He shot guns.
Yeah, that was his weapon. He didn't have batarangs. He had gunner range.
He was kill first.
He shot.
Yeah. That I would love to see that. There's a lot of great movies that could be rated R. Like I'm trying to
think of some. Well, I mean, dude, they're already doing one I wanted to see, which is the X-Force, because it's similar to the Deadpool comic in that it's an actual adult comic. Like, your kid can't read a Deadpool comic. Like, he shouldn't read a Deadpool comic.
He's not supposed to be. You're not good.
And it's the same thing to be said with the X-Force. Like, it's an adult comic. Like, blood, gore, titties, all that good shit. Like, titties. And then I want to see like just a stone cold like Cyclops, because in the X-Force this Cyclops is not a Boy Scout. This nigga's a stone cold like he's the leader of the team. Yeah, he has to make sure the squad stays safe, and he makes some hard fucking decisions. He's a real ass Cyclops, dude.
You know what's cool about Cyclops lately? Like he's more radicalized. Like he's more Magneto than Professor X.
That's how he is in X-Force, bro. He's pretty radical. Like he has to be though. He has to be like that.
He got tired
because everybody else is dead.
Yeah, everybody died, and he got tired of humans just being like, you know what I mean, like just so pretty much class or racist or
I want to see whatever it is.
And
classes
and like
genetics.
Yeah, that's why I was in like basically racist against mutants, whatever that is. I just like that. I like exploring that whole bit. I want to see like all these other alternate X-Men characters just come out, like be just really exfoliate. Like I know I keep using exfoliated. I think that's the word of the day, but
exfoliate.
Like, I want to see like Gambit. Like Gambit wasn't done right. Let's give him another chance. X-23 wasn't done right. Let's do that again. Shit, we haven't even had an arc with Mr. Sinister. Like that's a villain. Really that's a deep villain run on its own. Like for the X-Men.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like
like Mr. Sinister.
That's a major villain.
You still have like 3 movies you could do based on him alone. You know what I'm saying? Like Mr. Sinister is one of those dudes that They had the other dude. Who was that? They had like 3 big villains. It was Mr. Sinister, Apocalypse, and who I can't. There was I forget his name, but there was that villain that Magneto and Professor X, like their mind came together. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. That's the one I'm talking about. I can't remember his name. He's like super powerful though. Like, yeah. But that's the one. That's the movie I want to see next. Cause that motherfucker is powerful as fuck. Like, I mean, if we're gonna go for power levels, I mean, Apocalypse. That's the next best thing. It is gonna be Apocalypse is next, and then what is the name of that mutant? Yeah, it's really bothering me. Well, anyway, let's go on to our next topic. We've been on X-Men for a minute. The next thing we're going to be talking about is some fire. Onslaught. God damn it. I knew Onslaught.
Onslaught. Yeah. Fuck me. Anyway, what's next? It bothers me that I had to look that up to find that name. But,
yeah. Basically, the next thing is fire because it is the Batman. No. Batman versus Superman trailer. The final trailer got released a couple of days ago, Friday.
Oh, yeah.
So
I saw it. They released it when I went to see Daredevil. I actually saw the final. This was I saw the final trailer.
This one might be the best trailer.
Yeah, it is.
It probably is the best trailer. I still like the Comic-Con one personally because it's different because it gives you more epicness for some reason to me. The music choice is better in that one to me.
Now refresh everybody. Which one is the Comic-Con one?
Comic-Con one was basically the first full-length trailer. There was like a teaser, but then there was a first.
So you're talking about the one
with the Comic-Con
where he was like being presented as a god. He came down to people. That's the one you're talking about.
Right. That one was honestly that's probably one of the best trailers I've ever seen. Period. To a movie. And then this one was dope. This one was dope as a Batman and Superman movie. Like the other one was good as a movie as in general. It was a good trailer for a movie in general. This one's the best Batman v Superman movie trailer you could get.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to touch on.
They start off, Batman they just show you what he can do. Hey, I know y'all like Christian Bale, but he can't fight. I'm sorry, he cannot fight. Like those elbows was weak as fuck. Like that's all he did. And
all he had was elbows.
He was just grunting and like.
Ain't you a ninja?
And nobody was really hitting him hard. Like they were just waiting for him to fight, and like he was really slow.
It was bad choreography.
This Batman came from the ground and broke in that bitch, and then the first thing he does was rock bottom some dude. Like I
don't know with gadgets blowing shit up,
bro. No, he choked the dude, and just like the way he slammed, like you went with him. Like this new Batman got moves, man. And then Alfred was like, "Oh no!" He told Alfred, "Oh man, I've gotten slower." What? You literally fucked the room up.
Just took out a warehouse.
And I love how savage he is. Like this Batman looks like he punched that dude, and then like at the last dude he punched, his head went right into the fucking ground, like hard as shit.
You can tell they're taking a lot from the old Batman, from
the Dark Knight Returns.
Dark Knight Returns Batman.
Well, of course, Zack Snyder's doing this. I've been saying this forever. This movie's gonna be it's gonna give you two. If you break down movies to three things that you want, just because Zack Snyder's directing it, you're gonna get two out of those three things. I usually do it by storytelling. Which includes script and like basically the way the director chooses to tell the story in the movie. Yeah, that all implies acting and visuals, and you know what I'm saying. Like he had the tools for 2 or 3 at least. Now we just have to watch the movie to see if the story's good. You know what I'm saying? So he did his thing. The action though,
the action's gonna be on point.
It's Zack Snyder.
The trailer, that's what got me hyped by this trailer. They finally showed me some good action. I'm like, yes.
I mean, honestly, they haven't showed bad action yet to me. But
well, I mean, like they showed action.
Well, they showed too much.
They showed some. I feel like in other ones they didn't really show like they didn't show an action sequence. They showed part of an action sequence and then part of another action sequence. But like this one was like kind of like almost a full one, essentially. So that's kind of what I'm talking about.
I hated the second trailer. That's the one.
I didn't like it. Well, the only reason I feel like I like this trailer so much is because of the trailers that came out. You had the first one that was really good, and then you had the shitty trailer that came out. Then you had the other ones, those pieces that came out in the Super Bowl, the TV spots that came out in the Super Bowl, and then this one. So I think if I didn't have that build up, I probably wouldn't like this one as much.
Honestly,
if this one would have came out first, and then they would have showed me like that God Superman trailer, I probably would have been like, yo, that God Superman trailer is the best one.
Oh yeah, it really does depend on how you see them, what orders and stuff. Honestly, to be honest, they could have took out the one that came out, the second trailer, the December one, all together.
The red coats. Is that the one you're talking about? The red capes?
No. That's in the Comic-Con. Yeah, that's in the Comic-Con. The one I'm talking about is the one that they show Doomsday. Yeah, the one that shows Doomsday.
Because he talks.
Yeah, that was weird.
He walks up to it. It's like Batman and Superman were having an intense ass moment. And then the comedy relief is Lex Luthor.
No, it was the way he came. Boys! I wasn't laughing at him because he was funny. I was laughing at him because that was just a weird decision, and like it made the whole scene just weird. Like, what? Oh, Batman, you made Super. I mean, and he was like so obvious with it. Like, you're Batman and you're Superman. I mean, Clark Kent meets Bruce Wayne. That's what I mean. Bitch,
So clearly.
You're Lex Luthor. You're way more. You're smart enough to be subtle. Like, come on.
Oh god.
But yeah, what I was saying was they could have took out the second trailer altogether.
Yeah.
And not even replace it with anything. To me, maybe a TV spot instead. And like we could have had 2 trailers. Period, and I would have been like, yeah, I'm cool.
No, yeah, definitely.
That would have been.
I definitely would have been happy with the 2 good ones.
But yeah, I guess the show. One thing, the other thing I liked about this is they showed more Superman, like his moves. Like Superman got he's kind of quick.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess they did show his super speed in Man of Steel, but not really. Like it was just him flying fast. I guess that counts more as his flying to me. Like,
yeah.
But this one actually shows him like.
He actually
like there's a part where Batman shoots something at him, he catches it, and like that's considered his super speed, guys.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like he can see it in slow.
Like in the comic book, and then he showed that's always how they show his super speed. Yeah, caught something, or like you thought you could hit me with that. And then the other one was he actually ran. Like you actually see him run, and he looks like a cloud of dust. Like he just disappears. They show some cool Superman stuff. I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna say the most epic moment, period, is when Batman blocked his punch. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Now that's the one where I'm like, okay, everybody knows, like you and me and comic book fans and nerdy fans in general know how that punch was stopped.
Yeah.
But when you look at this movie as a person that's just a casual fan, and you know Batman, like even if you are a casual like person with movies. It doesn't matter who you are. Like my dad knows who Batman and Superman is.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
And he like they were like, wait, how did that happen?
Ain't he the strongest one?
Wait.
Yeah, he's the strongest one.
Because the way that they showed it to you, even Superman looked shocked.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? And Batman was like, yeah, bitch, you about to get dry. You thought you was about to be like. So it kind of like all those.
But the thing is, we really don't know how he stopped the punch though.
I'm thinking it's Kryptonite, but we don't know. I'm thinking like. That's what is gonna get those people over the hump. The ones that are like, it doesn't even make sense for them to fight. How would they ever fight? Like, Batman, Superman could never beat Batman. When then you see this trailer, and you're like, I kind of want to see how that happens.
How the fuck did he do that?
Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like, I think that's how they're gonna get over it with that. That's what that little spot did for him.
Yeah.
Which made that part cool.
I'm really curious how they gonna, because they haven't introduced Kryptonite yet.
I can tell you.
They haven't even alluded to it.
Well, no, they did show Kryptonite in the trailer.
Did they?
Remember, there's one where Lex Luthor's looking at.
Oh yeah, he was looking at. Yeah, he was.
Nobody remembers this story, but more than a year ago, a year and a half ago, or something like that, Zack Snyder was talking about the movie. It's like near them about to start shooting, right? Zack Snyder was talking about Superman and like how Batman would win. And he said something about like he would use Superman.
I remember about this.
Yeah, Superman. No, he would use Superman's good heart or whatever against him. But he also said there's also a reference to a spear. Like there's a kryptonite spear that Batman has. Like you know what I mean? Like I guess like he's gonna use a spear to weaken him somehow. Like he's gonna kung fu that shit. He's gonna catch Superman with his. I'm thinking what he's saying though is. And the fact that I was like, why a spear? But this is my fan theory, and I'm overthinking it, definitely. But if you remember, even if you've seen the animated Dark Knight Returns, you see Oliver Queen shooting with that kryptonite tip arrow, right? I'm thinking that spear is gonna double as something like that. It's not gonna be necessarily something he fights with, but he's gonna be fighting, and then either Alfred or Nightwing, if they sneak him in there somehow. Somebody's gonna help because he's gonna have help. It's not just gonna be him in a robot suit and that's it. And then somebody's gonna be running his robot, his drone. Somebody's gonna be giving him information. Right. You know what I mean? Like that's. It might even be Barbara Gordon because apparently she's in the movie. Right. So it's gonna be one of these. It's gonna be Nightwing, Alfred, or Barbara Gordon. I'm pretty sure instead of Green Arrow because they're not gonna shoehorn him in just for that one. Listen, we have to be accurate. No, they're not gonna do that.
No, we're not. Fuck. I mean, it's not like they couldn't though.
It's not like they couldn't, but it's like.
I mean, would it be a bad decision?
You would have found out by now. Like, oh, Green Arrow's in the movie. Yeah, we would have found it. There's no way
we would. But like, would it have been a bad decision just to?
I wouldn't have. I mean, it would have just because. Are you saying Green Arrow? Well, like, because in the comics it worked because Green Arrow already has his history. He was old.
Oh, okay.
He lost
So
his
you
arm
trying to
because of
say-
Superman.
Yeah.
This
yeah,
one-
he still got both arms.
Yeah, so this one is like, okay, so you're gonna introduce a new Green Arrow, or is already an old one that has history with Superman, and if so, why? Or is he just a concerned superhero that says Batman, I'm down, and Batman? I don't know how they would do that, but I don't think Green Arrow's in it. I think it's gonna be Alfred, to be honest.
It'd be easier if Alfred or one of those other ones.
I'm pretty sure it's Alfred. Like Alfred, they already said he's more hands-on in this. Like this version of Alfred is a hands-on, like he makes tech and he's a grease monkey and he helps with the missions. Like you already seen it some in the trailer.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that position is gonna go to Alfred, and Alfred's gonna shoot some kryptonite spear, or the spear itself. I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. Not or, but to add to that, if it is a spear, I also know there's another hero in this movie that uses a spear.
Yeah.
Called Aquaman.
Yeah.
And he is in this movie with scenes.
Yeah.
Right? There's an Aquaman in this movie. So if it is a kryptonite spear, or maybe there's a connection to kryptonite and Atlantis.
Right.
Like you see a guy in one of the you see somebody going underwater to retrieve something in one of the trailers, right? So again, I'm being a fan and I'm just doing the most.
This is a stretch.
This is a stretch, but maybe like the jewels that all these not heroes, but superhumans that have been on the planet before Superman ever showed up, like the Atlanteans and the Amazonians. Maybe they're remnants of an older Kryptonian that was there. Because remember, there was a ship there that was thousands of years old. If y'all remember Man of Steel. And apparently it's Kara, basically Supergirl.
Yes,
but she's old. She's like 10,000 years old, and she was there at the beginning of Man, and like that's how you get all these Amazonians and Atlanteans and all. Like it started with her DNA pretty much spreading. Like that's I think that's what the prequel comic explains it as.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's a comic that actually kind of explains how she got there, and so I think that's what they're gonna use as a jumping point for explaining.
That would be
Amazon.
really
And
awesome.
gods.
That'd be really awesome if they did that.
Yeah, and the technology that they use is actually the magic that they use is actually remnants of Kryptonian technology, like similar to Thor.
Which would make sense. This is why I can hurt Superman. I think they should really go.
Like when they have
I think they should go with that.
Yeah, when they have the gods of Atlantis, it's like really Kryptonian. This one has the part of the ship that like moves water, like or whatever. You know, like you can
definitely.
like you can just like. It's so easy to do that because they clearly have been visited before. Yeah, but what if the Atlanteans are like really remnant Kryptonians, just like the Amazonians would be, and the Trident spear? They already said that like Kryptonians' homes affect them negatively. Like maybe the spear itself is something that has some like a gem, like remnants of kryptonite on it, or like whatever, or he fastens it in a way to where it can hold Batman fastens it in a way to hold kryptonite. I was like, why would they ever pick a spear to use? Because he didn't use that in the comics. If you guys remember the comics, the kryptonite he used was there was one version where he had like a ring. You know, he just punched the shit out of Superman's face. That shit. He broke his hand on Superman's face though. Like he really did. And I think he had gloves that were laced, or like the suit itself. Like he had a version where like the gloves were laced with kryptonite. And then there was the arrow, of course. But I've never. Is he gonna like fucking hold the spear and like do like
martial arts?
Yeah, like Shaolin monk attacks with him. I don't know if he's gonna do that. I think it's a spear that's important because maybe I feel like it ties back to Aquaman somehow. He's using his spear to hold it or something.
It would make a lot of sense, and there would be a great story if they made that Trident in this upcoming BVS movie.
Yeah.
Allude or even show Aquaman. Maybe even Aquaman makes a cameo that nobody even knows about. We ain't even talking about.
Well, apparently, no. Aquaman is in the movie. Apparently, he's tied up or like he's being held.
Okay, so
and it might be by Lex or whatever. Because I know there's supposedly a scene where Batman breaks into LexCorp to get kryptonite.
Well, so if we know Aquaman is a movie, then it's not so far-fetched to think that he would help Batman take down Superman. It's really not that far-fetched.
It's not. And I'm not saying that he's helping. I'm saying Aquaman might be just locked up in LexCorp somewhere trying to piss the fuck off. Like, oh, when I get out of here.
When I'm out of here! I'm out of here!
And then Batman just shows up trying to get some kryptonite or something. And he looks to his left and there's a guy in a tank just chilling. And he's like, what's that thing? And he's like, next to the tank there's a spear. Hey, let's just get all this out together, you know? Like,
I mean,
I don't know.
It's possible. I think it's possible.
I'm thinking that's because I remember the story about the sphere. Again, if that's not true, then all this, the last 10 minutes you listen to is a waste and troll the lol. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of theories of what could happen in the movie. I think the movie itself is just gonna be badass. Like, I'm one of those people that love Man of Steel, and I'm obviously biased because Superman's my favorite superhero. But even if you didn't make it about Superman, I genuinely would like it because you have to start looking at that movie not as like just a comic book movie. It's a comic book influence sci-fi action movie. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like a sci-fi like it was. That movie's so sci-fi. Plus, it's action oriented. You could easily take the Superman out of it.
Well, that's what Zack Snyder. That's what he does. He makes all those fantastic worlds, and that's what he did. He made
Krypton looked great.
He made a beautiful world. Even Metropolis ain't Krypton, and he put these characters, Superman and other ones in it. I mean, he did it really like.
Well, I didn't ask you. What was your favorite part of the new trailer, the final trailer?
Excuse me. My favorite part of the final trailer is the end of it. Obviously, which
the end of it would be
where
he caught the punch.
Yeah, we caught the punch because, like I said, to me that's the most. I'm a comic book. I'm a nerd. You know what I mean? Yeah. I read comic books. I already know what happens. We all know what happens. We know how it happens, but we don't know how it's gonna happen in the movie per se.
We know how it happens as far as how. I mean, like, we know what's going to happen as like points of events.
Yeah, we know points of events, but
not like how it's actually sequentially going to happen.
I want to know exactly how Zack Snyder directs this. I'm watching the movie really for the director input instead of for the comic book side, because I know the story, so I'm not going to see the story. I'm going to see how it's gonna be told. Yeah, so to speak. If that makes sense.
Me too. And I know stylistically, one thing with Zack Snyder is he's gonna be accurate to what. Like, if you're a fan, he's gonna be accurate to what you like. Like, so Gotham is gonna look like Gotham. Metropolis is gonna look like Batman. Is like it's gonna be accurate to the source material and not feel goofy. Two, on top of being accurate, he adds his own, like, he adds flavor to that shit. Like that's what he does. Like he has like visual like flair to what you're watching. So it's like Batman with cool fucking graphics. You know what I mean? Or like Superman with like a cool long shot. Like, he's not doing generic stuff, but you know what I mean? Like that's what Zack Snyder has going for him strong wise. And then sometimes like that's also his weaknesses in a way, because a lot of people are like, you stick too close to the, or you go too far. You're not afraid to go too far for regular fans. Like, for people that just want, like, I can't go that deep. You know what I mean? Like, that's why Sucker Punch didn't work. People are like, what the fuck is going on here?
It was not, but
you went all the way deep.
I like Sucker Punch.
But look, Sucker Punch is really, again, story-wise, I will admit,
crazy. But visually,
it's just too hard to understand and it's not that.
But Watchmen is a great movie though.
Watchmen
and
visuals. I'm talking about visuals. I've never seen. I still haven't seen visuals like that.
I didn't know who Zack Snyder was until I watched Watchmen. I didn't he wasn't on my radar until I watched Watchmen.
I knew who he was, but I didn't. Like, the first movie I've seen of his had nothing to do with any of it. It's the Day of the Dead. No, Day of the Dead, where they're stuck in the mall.
Oh, really? He made
that's Zack Snyder. And that movie.
With
the newer one, like the newer version, like the 2000s one, like.
Who was in it?
I know the big black.
Okay. So Vin Rames.
Vin Rames.
Okay.
Yeah, Vin Rames is in that one.
Okay, so I know what you're talking about. He made that.
He made that. Zack Snyder made that movie. He directed it, and like it's not a visually like amazing movie. It's just like a movie about guys. It's an effective zombie movie to me. Like, I liked it as a zombie movie. It had its humor. And then like when the action moments came down, it had great action moments, and it still did the horror thing. Like, that was the first time I ever heard Zack Snyder. He wasn't don't get me wrong, he wasn't like, I wasn't excited about any movie because of Land of the Dead, but I liked Land of the Dead, or Day of the Dead, like, I liked it a lot. And then he did Watchmen, I was like, oh, that's super dope. Because it was nothing like, you know. And then back to back, he was just making movies. I want him to be able to do a smaller scale movie eventually, because I think that will help him as far as his own personal career. Like, I know he has Justice League Part 1 and Part 2, but sometimes when you're doing like the same type of project way too long, you start to like, I'm not gonna say like,
I think you get desensitized by what you're looking at.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you know you're going too far out, right? Like that. Like I feel like he's very dangerous because of that. Like I like him but he might go too far on a lot of these Justice League movies or
Maybe.
on some of these Justice League movies. Like Darkseid is gonna be very hard to sell to like regular people, right? Unless you ground him in a way like. The reason why Marvel's getting away with it is because you've seen him in every fucking Marvel movie. Like, hey, he's coming. So eventually, like, they're like, all right, fuck it, all right, get it.
Yeah,
like,
crazy monster motherfuckers.
You know what I mean? I think they're gonna try to just start off with Darkseid, and then okay, so if you're gonna do that, right?
Okay, I see what you mean.
He has to be very grounded. He has to be like. He could actually happen in our world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though this is like a cosmic.
I see what you mean, because it's like the first time where like you see like this is supposed to be technically a real thing. Like a real alien. Well, so we never really kind
Man
of
Steel,
seen
so you
something like this before.
You have to stay consistent with your tone, right?
Yeah.
Like Man of Steel looked like it happened in the real world.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Batman vs Superman looks like it could happen in the real world, other than the Doomsday thing. Like that looks weird.
Yeah.
But everything else looks like it actually could happen in the real world. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Both of them stayed away from the fantastical stuff because of this reason, I believe.
Yeah. So when you add the big bosses like that, and you give it to Zack Snyder. Who ain't afraid? He's not afraid. That man is not afraid to take you all the way there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he won't rein it back if he doesn't have to. Like, if you're not telling him to, and my biggest fear is, okay, Batman vs Superman does really well. The more well you do movies, the more leeway you get.
Right.
And that's not always a good thing. One example I'm going to give you is the Transformers franchise.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael Bay has done every single Transformers movie. First one I actually really like. First one was the one that like, cool, dope movie, made me laugh, had fun with it. Quips in it. It brought the Transformers together. It was Avengers light. Like it was awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I actually like Shia LaBeouf. I know he's a douchebag in real life apparently. Like people don't like it.
Yeah.
I respect him as an actor, and I actually like his sense of humor. Like I think he's dope. He was perfect for that movie to me.
Yeah.
Second one fell the fuck off. But it was like it only fell off because it was a complete rehash of the first one. It's the worst rehash at that. The third one was trash. The fourth one, I don't even remember. Like honestly, 3. I barely remember 2, 3, and 4. I fell asleep during 4. I actually fell asleep during 4. Like, and it was like it had
the one Marky Mark, man.
Yes, I literally got so confused. It confused me to sleep. It was like a Pokemon match. Like somebody hit me with sleep powder and confused right at the same time. I was like done. It was done, dude. Anyway,
it wasn't good. I mean, it wasn't a great movie, but it sold made a lot of money.
And we're gonna try to talk about Transformers next. This is almost gonna be a good transition.
Segue.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Michael Bay. He has a successful movie. But as far as the actual movies, when it comes to sequelizing those movies, like Transformers 2, shit. But it made more money. So what did Universal do? Give him bigger budget, 2, less control over what he's doing. So you get Transformers 3, and it made another. Like I don't know who's watching these movies. It's basically it's the international numbers. That's what's getting it. That's what's saving their life.
First of all, the giant mechs. Japan is going crazy.
Yes.
And secondly, everybody else across the world loves American movies.
And then Transformers 4 completely pandered to that. Actually, they moved the final action piece to China. I think, if I remember correctly, they moved it to China. And if I remember. Every Chinese dude was badass. Like they actually kind of pandered.
It was so unforgettable. I don't even remember, but it's quite possible.
I literally remember saying this. They moved this to China for no reason. Cause like if you look at what was happening in the movie and paying attention, like they actually already had the final fight, and then you thought the movie was over. The movie did that. Like you thought you had the final fight, and then I thought the movie was I thought the credits were about to come up, but then it was like, nope, let's go to China. And then another action scene happened, and that was the final action scene. I was like, oh. Okay. Oh, so y'all shot 2 final action scenes and just shoehorned it in that bitch, huh? Yeah. Yeah. China. One for America, one for like that's literally it's that transparent when you watch the movie. Yeah. Like, so I don't know. So all I'm saying is, back to my original point is, when you have a director who's gonna get more money and more money and leeway with every next movie you do, Man of Steel, he made a good Man. I know it wasn't your favorite movie. I know you like Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel. and you could tell they were really careful with that movie. So he probably had like Warner Brothers on his ass a little bit, like making. And Warner Brothers is really good at like letting directors do what they do. Yeah. So like they probably gave him the reins, but like, hey, this is what we want in this movie, and they worked really well. Batman v Superman, I think they gave him a lot more leeway because I've seen some weird shit in this movie. Like there is like I can see they gave him a lot more leeway, but he's doing it right in a way from what I've seen at least. So cool. By the time you get to Justice League 2 though, or you know what I mean, it's like, okay, did we give him too much credit and like just let him do whatever he wanted, and then it made the movie too weird for it's like it's gonna be a movie where it's not gonna be successful because we let him do too much. Even though I get his weirdness, like not weirdness, but I get how far he goes. I get it. For me, that shit works. I love that Watchmen did that actually. Watchmen went far. Like Sucker Punch went all the fucking way. I don't know what the fuck happened with that one, but like I get it and I like that he does it and I can appreciate it. Yeah. That doesn't mean when billions of dollars are on stake in the next franchise. Because I don't want if they said, do you want Zack Snyder to direct the movies up to the Justice League Part 2 and then after that never have a Justice League movie ever again, but just get his versions because he fucked it up. But and according to the world, if I have to sacrifice Zack Snyder for more Justice League movies, I'm gonna sacrifice Zack Snyder. I don't. It's content over everything. Yeah. To me, sorry.
Much rather content the over everything. Than...
Yeah, I want to. I'm sorry, bro. Like you're my boy, but it's not. If you're fucking it up, and even though I can appreciate it, let's get somebody else in there. You know what I'm saying? Like Ben Affleck, fuck it. Like I want to see his Justice League. You have a backup right there. Ben Affleck is the perfect backup for the DC universe as far as. You know who's gonna lead it? Like he can direct, he can act. You actually have Batman as the central, like intelligent. Like you mean like Kevin Feige is to Marvel. If you had Ben Affleck for the DC universe, like he runs the DC universe, that'd be hilarious to me. But
I was trying to prove you wrong. I was trying to think of an example where a franchise, because of the director got more freedom, more money, did better.
There probably could be examples. I think another one.
It's hard for me to think of one.
Another one that goes to my point is the Wachowski brothers.
Yeah, Matrix went crazy.
Like even the first one was out there, but you did something stylistically. They did something stylistically that just grounded it the whole time, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and it just kept audiences like, oh, okay, Gucci. Like I like this. Like even though I don't know what the fuck is that. Really pay attention. Really talk to your people that saw it like when it premiered. They did not. It took them 5 tries to know what the hell that movie was talking about, and that movie was successful.
It took everybody 5 tries. Kid, mama, adult, anybody.
Right. So
we all had to see that a couple times.
Yeah, a lot of people have to remember back then. It took everybody a bunch of times to get what the fuck was going on in the Matrix. I literally think I watched it 10 times, and to fully understand that robots really rule the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, but with part 2 and 3, they went off the rails. Like Wachowski, come on, bro, reel it back. Like. That it's just like I feel like studio intervention and control is actually a positive, and if you don't overdo it, and if you do it before they start shooting, you know, you can't just do it in the middle of them shooting. Like that's what happened with the latest piece of shit.
Ant-Man?
No. Fantastic Four.
Oh, Fantastic Four?
Fox apparently just started making
them in the middle?
Bro, apparently they agreed upon what they wanted the movie to be, both director and studio, and like he's shooting, and they hire a director behind his back and start shooting other scenes, and like and shit like they were doing shit like that to him, and they're like, you know that whole thing we agreed upon about the cool sci-fi horror feel? Yeah, let's just add this big action piece at the end. And then they made him shoot it, and you know what? Let's just take half of it out. And like it was like weird shit like that, like, and it just ruined the movie. And he was pissed. I remember he was like, "That's not the movie I made, by the way," and he had to take it out real quick. He even said, "That's not the movie I made." You know, that's what happens with too much studio interference. Yeah. Right. Yeah, you don't want that. But if you reach a balance, say, "Hey, this is what we want. This is," and if y'all both agree, then you start making a movie. That should be good. You know. Zack Snyder, I just hope he doesn't get like he's not the all like you know like all roads lead to him. Everything has to say yes. I don't think I'm comfortable with him doing that for entire DC. Even though I know he knows his shit.
I hope not, because they're kind of doing that, and you could tell because just to add to your point, it's starting to become that way with Marvel. It's like one head guy at Marvel is making the main decisions about every single Marvel.
But he's doing it right though.
But he is doing it right. But dude, you can only do it right for so long.
He's the only good example I have. Like,
but you can only do it right for so long. You don't think he's gonna eventually fuck up?
Actually, no, he did. He has fucked up. I mean, I'm not. He's doing it right overall. But guys, there's plenty of shitty movies at Marvel. Yeah. Like, do I have to list them off? Like Marvel is good every alternate year to me. Like this last year, they were shit. Ultron was shit. Ant-Man was shit. To me, I don't like Ant-Man. But the year before, Captain America 2 and Guardians of the Galaxy, two best Marvel movies to me.
Previous to that,
I don't remember. Iron Man 3, exactly
shit.
And then Thor 2. Nobody likes Thor 2.
Thor is just...
It's not memorable.
I don't know if it's Thor as a character or the director or the story that they've written for Thor, but it's just forgettable for me. Like, outside of him... Nothing. Actually, outside of nothing. Just everything is forgettable.
The weird thing, it's not a bad movie when you watch it.
It's not. Nothing is really bad about Thor 2. It's just like...
The Thor 2...
I don't care. That's what it comes down to. Like, I have no investment in these... Like...
It's weird, and then there's continuity problems through all of Marvel Universe that they do. Sometimes it feels like they just do the opposite of what fans want. Like it really does. It's like they just sometimes they just give you a fuck you. It feels like it really does sometimes. That's the only thing that gets me about Marvel. Sometimes they just give you something.
They definitely fucked us with Iron Man. They did that on purpose.
Iron Man 2 and 3.
They did that on purpose. There's no way. There's no way you don't make a decision like that on purpose.
That should have been called. That movie should not have been called Iron Man 3. It should have been called Tony Stark has post-traumatic stress disorder. But Tony Stark PTSD. That's what that movie should have been called. Because the whole movie was him having heart attacks, not in an Iron Man suit, in random places across the country. How much money did y'all save in that movie?
Didn't Pepper save the day at the end?
Pepper turned into Flame Man or the Human Torch and beat everybody. Like that movie made no sense. Like, and then he has an Iron Army. How does anybody catch you off guard? You invite the man to your house. Okay,
you don't set up any security defenses after you gave the world your address. You didn't give him your address. You said that on national television, by the way. So not just him. Everybody has your ad. Like, there's other. The world, you ain't just like Tony Stark. You ain't the shit, bro. Like, there's hackers out there.
You get riled up. Okay.
There's hackers out there, Tony.
This is about the Batman vs Superman trailer. Let's go back to that. Again, a lot of cool moments in that trailer. One we haven't talked about yet. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman actually had probably some of the coolest parts in the trailer to me.
I mean, she's like the sleeper of the year.
Yeah. One thing, they finally let her fucking talk. Like, if you paid attention, there's no trailer where she said a damn thing. Mm-hmm. This one, I don't know what Bruce Wayne says something along the lines of I've handled women like you before or something like that, and she says, I don't think you've ever seen a woman like me before. And the way she said the line, she actually hit it. She hit it. And the way she sounds, the accent is perfect. Yeah. So it's like, okay, I like it. The other thing I like about Wonder Woman is that scene where they show her jump.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool, she has super jump. Yeah. And the battle cry was perfect. If you listen to it, it was. I was like, is that the battle cry? That's perfect. Yeah. Like it's she screams.
Well, she kind of they show her flying too, right?
No, it's her. She doesn't fly. She jumps really far.
Oh, okay.
So they made her closer to the original version where she doesn't really fly. She just jumps long distances. But that if you go watch the trailer again, you're gonna hear the battle cry and it sounds really good. So I like that. What else? You know what else looks really good to me? The scene. I'm excited to see the scene where Ben Affleck sees the fight from the first Man of Steel movie.
Oh yeah, the way from his perspective how it looks.
I just want to see. I'm really excited to see if they're gonna show you a full-fledged. That would be a really cool thing to do in cinema to me.
Cinematically, from the other side of the.
And actually full-fledged. Maybe that is the full intro to the movie. Like they give you a full 5 minutes.
That'd be dope. Yeah.
Of them fighting from Batman, and he's seeing it all happen in a cool way where you follow him saving people while it's happening.
It seems like exactly how the movie was started.
I think that's how it's gonna start, and then you go Batman v Superman. Oh, I'm about to fuck you up, cuz.
Yeah.
He's hugging that little.
He's holding the little girl.
Yeah.
He done lost the kid, her parents. You motherfucking goddamn aliens.
The damn aliens. Which Will Smith will you need him? Independence Day 3.
Oh. I mean, I'm just gonna be hyper. I just can't wait.
We're definitely gonna do a pre and post Batman vs Superman podcast, guys. So just be around for that one. It's gonna be pretty good.
I mean, you're gonna want to hear it. Let's talk about Batman vs Superman.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm at least gonna watch the movie twice, even if it sucks.
Yeah, it may end up happening just because of the amount of people I have to see the movie with.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, and if it's good, if I actually like the movie, I'm probably gonna watch it once in 3D, once in IMAX, once regular. Like, if I really like the movie,
and then I'll take it out in the dollar theater when it hits.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Like, I dollar theater that money. You know what I feel like doing? I feel like just watching Batman vs Superman. Like, let's do it.
I'm seeing it in every format possible.
Well, anything else you want to say about the trailer, man, before we move on to the next one?
We go ahead and move right along to what are you talking about? Next trailer, or we're gonna move on to
this next story? The next thing we're gonna be, if you have nothing to say about Batman v Superman, Punisher v Daredevil. That's what I'm gonna be talking about. Well, the new Daredevil trailer got released. It's called.
That's basically what it is.
Daredevil season 2 official trailer part 1. So apparently it's gonna be a part 2.
It's a
awesome
twofer.
Trailer.
It's a twofer.
Oh my god! I did not. This is a trailer where it got better as it kept going.
Yeah, it did.
I was like, whoa! Like, this trailer got better.
It was good
while you're watching the trailer.
And you knew Shane was gonna be a good Punisher. I mean, you knew he was.
Oh, the voice.
You knew he was.
It's the voice.
But when you see it, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, when you see it and hear the voice and in the lines they decide to choose, like what he's. Oh, God, he had a bunch of just memorable lines.
He had some dope lines.
He says, when I put him down, they stand. No, when you put him down, they stand back up. When I put him down, they stay there. Like, he's just telling it to Punisher, like, dude, I'm doing the right fucking thing. Right now, and it's like, you think I'm such a bad person, but guess what? You're one bad day away from being the motherfucker I am, bro. My family got this. Like, I know you have your family got it, but the bitch I fuck and the thing I created, the procreation of that, like, they're dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I used to kill people because I was in the military. I'm used to killing people. Yeah. Like,
I mean, he's already trained. He's
just like he truly has that mindset. Like, oh my god! And then the shit he was talking to Daredevil.
Honestly, Punisher was one bad day away from being Punisher.
Nah, man. Punisher was one bad day away from being Joker. Oh, that one bad day away thing though. I wanted to say something about that. Now, I can't remember if Punisher did say that in the comic books, because this whole season apparently is a reference of that one comic, Frank Miller comic book, I think it was.
Where Daredevil and Punisher.
Where they first met and like it was on that rooftop. Yeah. It looks almost like it looks like exactly what this is. So there's probably gonna be an episode where that's exactly what it is, and Punisher is gonna end up winning that, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he used that line that you're one bad day away from being me. If they use that in that comics, I don't remember at all. But I do remember Joker saying that in The Killing Joke. Something like that. Joker says something along those lines where it's like, the rest of the world thinks I'm crazy. Like, no, not the rest of the world. Like, you think I'm crazy, but like, you're literally one bad day away from being me. Like, that's all it takes for anybody to become me. That's and I'm trying to understand if they pull that from The Killing Joke as like a comic book homage, or if it's actual print. You know what I mean? Like if that's something Daredevil actually said, and they were homaging that at the time. So I'm pretty sure Killing Joke said that. That's enough of that though. But cool moments in the trailer, man. I just love the lines that were said in that trailer.
I mean, they got you hyped for the next series, man. I mean, it was a very good trailer.
2016 is the year of the superheroes fighting each other. It's like the year of the verses, right?
Yeah. You got Civil War, BVS.
Even Apocalypse. Somebody's gonna choose. Some people are gonna choose Apocalypse this side.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a mini Civil War right there. That's like a mini Civil War right there. You have Batman vs Superman, obviously. There's a lot. Yeah, it's like the year, and Punisher versus Daredevil. I don't know, man. It looks great. I also like that line where Punisher he's basically just talking shit to Daredevil. He said, he's like, I think you're a half measure. I don't think you can get the job done, and I think he pretty much said, I think you're a pussy, or like you're a coward. He said you're a coward, but
one of my favorite parts when Elektra showed up at the end.
Oh yeah, great moment.
Couldn't even sense the bitch.
Good, bro.
I got super senses.
Well, the cool thing was, it's not that she was sneaking through the window and he caught her like a little late. She was chilling on the couch filing her nails. Like he has.
I'm comfortable.
He can hear heartbeats. He can see heartbeats. Like he can like the sensories. Like he can hear a pin drop.
He was startled.
He was startled, man. Like
when was the last time Daredevil was startled?
He can hear a pin drop and see the room pretty much. Like that's how
his powers work.
That's how his powers work. He went into that. If you see that scene in the trailer, he goes into the room. Like he just came back from a long day, took off his jacket. He did a lot of things and then chilled for a minute, about to sip his drink or something. And then he heard something. Then he realized somebody was in the room. What is that? He acted like a blind man for the first time.
He acted like a blind man. First time you see him crippled.
Elektra was the first girl to actually make him act like a blind man. Basically, what we're saying is Elektra is incredibly skilled. She can do a lot. She's an assassin. She's dangerous.
I like the character, the woman they chose too. She looks good.
Ooh. Oh, yes, her. Oh, amen.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, man.
She's gorgeous, and she's just sexy. She just oozes sexy. Like I saw the actress. Like I saw screenshots of her and stuff before, and like she just looks like a regular girl. Like not. I mean, of course she's hot, but she looks like someone I could meet in real life, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see this trailer, bro. She's like oozes sexy.
Yeah.
Like that's what she's doing. I'm like, what's her name? Jennifer Garner.
Well, the first one.
Yeah. Ha. I laugh. I mean, you were hot, but come on. Yeah.
I mean, you're a '90s hot Jennifer Garner. Let's be real.
I mean, there's a reason why Ben Affleck broke over that. Whoop! Shots fired.
Went there.
Shots. Nah. He did divorce her, right?
I don't know who divorced who.
Well, somebody divorced. You try to avoid that situation, though, in general. I mean, so what do you expect for the season of Daredevil, though? Like, what do you want to see?
Yeah, I want to see them go more into like the ninja assassin clan. Obviously, that's
and we just have news that just dropped. But we're gonna talk about this after. So it's cool that happens when it happens live during a podcast.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, but we're gonna talk about that in just a second.
Yeah,
Continue
before
your thoughts.
that, though, I really want to see what they do with the actual Assassin's Clan because, of course, we're excited about Elektra and Punisher, but don't forget, people. Don't forget, Iron Fist is still coming. They still got to make that connection. They're still doing that.
Oh, and even I'm pretty sure Jessica Jones is in there somewhere. Like
in this new season.
Well, she's confirmed to shoot some scene. Like maybe it's a cameo.
Okay.
Jessica Jones. I don't know if Luke Cage has done a scene or two yet, but it's like the way they designed the sets for the entire Netflix world.
Okay.
Is they
it's
made
probably one big ass building. They shoot it all.
Apparently it is, and it's so cheap, and it's like you can't even tell who's shooting who for what.
Yeah.
So like, I'm hoping they don't just completely leave Wilson Fisk out of the picture. Cause
no, why would they? I
mean, because there's so much happening. Like, think about it. Like, there's gonna this season he comes back in season 3 or something. Like, I want Vincent D'Onofrio.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, they may actually leave him out of the season.
Yeah, because I mean, he might just break out of jail by the end or something. Like, that's where he ended up, right? He ended up going to jail. Yeah. You see, because all you see right now is Elektra, and there's enough story with that alone. Elektra and the Shadow Hand, or whatever they're called.
Yeah, and the Punisher, Elektra, Punisher, and the Shadow. That's really all you need for a season. That's more than enough for a season.
And what's the name? Is it Crossbones or
Bullseye? Bullseye. Yeah,
he's in the season.
He's in the season
apparently.
Too. So I feel like that's more than enough for a good.
Is he in this? I'm pretty sure he's in this.
Didn't they say they casted him? I feel like I reread an article on something like that.
I remember the last thing I remember hearing is Jason Statham was gonna be Bullseye, but then he dropped out. I don't know if they ever picked that back up. I'm pretty sure Bullseye is in the season. I don't think they would just let go of that entire storyline without Bullseye. That's probably why they have a trailer part 2 coming out for. But yeah. But one thing I would say is Wilson Fisk. You know what I'm saying? Wilson Fisk is one thing I'm hoping at least like you get a couple monologues for him. And I don't know, man. He was just so good. He made the whole first season good.
Yeah.
So like he was like the show was good. No, he made the first season great. Is what I meant to say. It was a good show, and then like you don't even really meet him till episode 4 or 5. Right? 4 or 5 is where you meet Wilson Fisk.
Right, yeah.
And then
he comes in a little bit,
took off from there. He blew up the city.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
He blew up Hell's Kitchen.
I don't think we're gonna miss him though. I really don't think you're gonna miss him.
I think you're probably gonna have enough content.
Like you, I mean, I'm talking about you in particular. I think you're gonna have more than enough content to not even have a second thought about Wilson Fisk, just because of all the. they have more than enough content. I mean, for this next season, and if they even try to introduce any more stuff, it may be doing too much.
Overdo. How many episodes?
Because I mean, they still got to incorporate the like I said, the Ninja Assassin thing, which they got to talk about that. They have to.
I don't know if that's going to be the main focus of it.
No, it's not. I mean, they have to allude to it because all of this stuff is leading to the fucking team. Yeah. Like that's what all this stuff is doing anyway.
That's probably what the Defenders is going to be fighting. Like that's when they become a team. It's probably going to be that Hand Shadow League people. It's probably going to be them overall because they have been involved in like Jessica Jones and Daredevil season 1. Yeah. So far, they've been involved in some way.
And they got to continue on with that. Of course, you got the Punisher, which is going to be the main running theme, and then Elektra. I feel like the Elektra thing is part of the Shadow Hand, whatever the fuck. So
it is. It has to be. There's no way they don't like. Yeah. They don't. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't already cast Danny Rand and he has some sort of appearance. Yeah. Well, apparently he is going to have one in Luke Cage, which comes out next year. But. One question I do have, bro, is like, and this is gonna be more of a question for the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay, we are confirming that the Netflix officially exists in the Marvel Universe, right? We're saying that, right? Like that is what they're telling us, basically. Okay, yeah. Like they exist in the same world as the Avengers. Right. They reference them all the time.
Yeah, they do.
So I'm assuming they're saying full fledged, like, yeah, this New York, because they always reference that in that New York part. Yeah. Like this is where it happens. They even reference Hulk and stuff like that, right? So if that's the case, okay, you're about to come out with a Spider-Man movie. Now, Spider-Man is. You can't have a Spider-Man movie without doing it in New York, obviously. Right. Okay, now you're telling me all these, and I know they're gonna do this, and it's just gonna be another one of those things where the fans are gonna be like, really? Like, there's no setup, there's no connection at all. You're just gonna let that, just because one's Netflix. Why would you even say they're connected if you're not gonna, you know what I mean? Like, this is what's gonna lead me to. Basically, you have the perfect opportunity to set up Spider-Man because he comes out in 2017. These Netflix series, you can truly just even mention him if you really wanted to. You don't have to even show him. You could have Tom Holland cameo an episode or two for any one of these series. Yeah. It's all happening within Spider-Man City. And it's like you have a movie coming out that you have to you're saying this is connected. He's in the same city. Like, is the Spider-Man movie gonna happen and you don't even reference Daredevil, Luke Cage, like not in the same city?
All these things are happening.
Or like, there have been smaller blocks where they've been like, you know what I'm saying? Like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reference something that happened across the world. Yeah. You're gonna have somebody that happens in the same city and not ever even set that up. You have the perfect opportunity for maybe Daredevil to run into Tom Holland or like these characters meet all the fucking time, yo. And you're already saying Spider-Man exists. Let's get some references in these next seasons that say, did you hear about that? Did you hear about this weird kid that crawls on walls or like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you get to throw it in there.
Like, just throw it in there. You don't have to show shit, but just start give me some sort of
get people excited about
connectivity. You're saying it is, but it's like, show me more, you know what I'm saying?
What's the continuity?
Yeah, like, I want to see Spider-Man and Avengers Towers in New York. Like, I'm glad Civil War's coming out. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I mean, what about DC? I mean, will DC Legends of Tomorrow connect it to the movies eventually? Because, I mean, they allude to Batman and Superman, I think, more than once. That's the most, more than once.
No, dude, it's the most confusing thing. And what Herb is referring to for all you guys that don't know what's going on right now, basically DC already agreed to say I don't know about agree, but they already said that their movie and their TV universes are completely separate. Right. Which means you can assume people that they use for TV they won't use in the movie. Right. People they use in the movie they won't use in the TV. They threw that out the window 2 years ago. Right, because this has been a rumor since this is what's been talked about for the last couple of years. Right, they threw that all out the window when they decided to make a Flash TV show. Okay, you decided to make a Flash TV show, which is a pillar in the Justice League. Like you cannot ignore Flash in the Justice League movie. Cannot. You know, like if you're doing a TV show, everybody was assuming all right, so you're not gonna do Flash for the
Flash movies. Himself has major plot points.
As the movies, right? But the announcements came out for the movies, and Flash does have his movies, and you're like, okay, well, the easy way to separate those two would be to one would be Wally West and one would be Barry Allen. You already have Barry Allen doing the TV show. Why don't you just use a different version? Makes perfect sense. Let's do that, because you already said they're not going to be connected. Apparently, you're using the same exact Barry Allen, like with the same exact storyline. Like apparently, it's the exact same thing. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's one thing. That's it's a weird. They're saying they're not connected, but they keep doing things to where they connect them. It's the opposite of Marvel. Yeah. Marvel keeps saying like they are connected, but do things to just go out the way to show that they're not. Like it's like, wow, okay. The other thing is, and like they'll drop hints. They keep dropping Batman and Superman specific hints. Like you can't. You're not gonna do that on TV. Don't dictate me if you're not gonna fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like don't do that. Like if you're never gonna do it.
Why are you doing it?
For one, the one reference that I saw was in Legends of Tomorrow. I think you might have saw this too. You just referenced it. Rip Hunter, the guy from the future that's making him do the whole thing. He was like, I've seen Men of Steel die and The Dark Knight's fall. Right. And it's like, why would you say that? Why would you? You could have said that for any other fucking...
I would have raised my hand at that point.
You already killed my dreams by saying they're not going to happen. Now you said that in the TV version. So
like he's seen the future of that happening in some timeline.
Yeah, like...
You telling me you're not going to give me that now?
Okay, now you just teasing me. Now you're just teasing me. Like... either you're eventually going to introduce Batman and Superman in TV and go full-fledged and do it, or you're never going to do it and you just keep doing that, and I hate you.
An asshole about it.
Yeah, like, and there was another reference. What was the other reference? Dark Knight's Fall. Oh, the other reference is apparently there's been an episode filmed where the Days of Tomorrow, and I haven't seen the latest, so if it's already aired, forgive me. But the Legends of Tomorrow, I'm only on episode 2. The Legends of Tomorrow go to not the distant, like, because all they've been doing lately for a time travel show, they haven't been there's no variety.
No, they should have stayed in one time period for like 3 episodes.
It's like 70s for 3 episodes and then 80s for 1. It's like, go back to Egypt, like do something, come on. But apparently one of these episodes that either has already come on or is about to come on, they go to like 50 years into their current future with 2016, or not 50.
Okay, that must be the one that's back there because I'm caught up and I haven't seen the latest episode, but I don't.
Not 50. I mean,
like it just came out on Hulu today because Tuesday, right? It comes out on Tuesdays.
I don't know anything honestly, but maybe Wednesdays. I don't know. I usually catch it on Friday nights or something. Like that's when I just check my Hulu and then it's there. Like I usually binge watch for some reason all the superhero shit on Fridays. Yeah. But I think it's like more closer to like 20 years into the future.
Yeah, I don't think it came out yet though.
The Legends of Tomorrow episode I'm talking about is they go into the future, into their 2006, 20 years to 2016 future, and then they have a Green Arrow that has one arm and the goatee, and the world is very dark apparently, and that leads me to ask, why the fuck does Green Arrow have one arm? Because if you don't know, that is a very clear reference to Batman. Okay? In the Dark Knight comic book, Green Arrow is the one helping Batman because he has a personal grudge against Superman because apparently Superman took Ollie's arm when he refused to register or when he refused to stop being a superhero. So I think that's what happened. Yeah. So Superman took his arm, and basically when Batman decides to take on Superman, he teams up with Green Arrow, and that's what that refers to. That's why he has that one arm. It's specifically in the Dark Knight Returns future, right? Which means Batman would have to exist in order for, or they just went and did that reference and Batman doesn't exist. Just to be like, hey, we know what we know the comics. But
y'all know we know what we doing, but we not gonna do it.
And we're never gonna give you that. But the third thing, the third connection, I'm gonna go ahead and say is the most obvious, most likely to get it actually confirmed that Batman and Superman will be on the show. At least Superman. Is Supergirl and Flash are having a team-up episode. That's been announced. Right? So that team-up episode, we already know in Supergirl's universe, Superman exists. Mm-hmm. We can't deny that anymore. Okay, so now that the Flash is coming over to this, now we have the opportunity to have Superman be a part of the DC TV universe. Yep. That is our opportunity. Are you going to do it? Are you going to fuck it up? Probably.
Because
you don't think people want to see Batman and Superman on TV. I don't know what your deal is. CW, Warner. It's been years. You thought Smallville was enough? Smallville
wasn't enough.
Smallville got 4 extra seasons than it should have. 5 extra seasons than it should have.
And we still didn't see much of it.
And it's all because it's Superman. Just the brand name alone, I think. Because Smallville was bad for half the series. I'm not going to lie. And I love Smallville to death. But Smallville is bad for half the series. You watch it more because of the kind of, not nostalgic factor, but like, there's just something about the teen angst period that you can watch with any show, kind of. Like, I don't know. And the fact that it's Superman. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what kept the show going for 10 fucking seasons. Right. That show should have ended at season 5. I'm sorry. But it didn't. Now we have the opportunity to, one, bring Superman and Supergirl into the Legends of Tomorrow, Green Arrow, Flash universe. And we still have the opportunity to introduce Batman. Flash has an alternate timeline. And right now what's going on in the Flash TV show, spoilers, they went to Earth 2. In Earth 2, that version of Barry Allen, his phone book, they showed it, not his phone book, but they showed his contact list. When they showed it, one was I think Iris. 2 was mom and dad. 3 was Hal Jordan. It said Hal. 4 was Diane. Or no, Diana. And 5 was Bruce.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Stop doing this to me.
It's a clear reference, guys.
Stop fucking doing this to me. Don't do this to me if you're not going to do it. If you're not going to give me a full DC Justice League TV show eventually, that's what we want. We want a DC, and then you can do the Infinite Crisis. That's what we're talking about in the whole. That's how this all got here, by the way. DC is gonna do the Infinite Crisis.
We know. I mean, well, we don't know, but that seems likely.
I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. And that's the perfect way to do it. Just don't be afraid to introduce your mainstay characters on television. Also,
what's the problem with that? What's wrong with that?
They were gonna do a Wonder Woman pilot like a year or 2 ago. It was already, they already did the pilot. Actually, you can watch it on TV, online somewhere. I mean, but the show never got picked up. That means you're not afraid to do Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman on TV. You already have a Flash show. You have the Justice League. I'm sorry.
I mean, y'all gave us a mini Justice League with the Smallville storyline. Y'all showed us Aquaman, Cyborg.
And you keep teasing Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
You have 5. If you give me those 5 on a TV show, do it. Do it full force. Stop hiding. I hope to God somebody listens to this. Stop hiding. Do it full force. And then Justice League 2 or 3, guess what? Infinite Crisis, bitch. And then if it all sucks, restart it there in that movie. It just restarts everything.
Because you would anyway.
You would anyway. There we go. But I don't know how we got from Daredevil to that. But we did get there, and I'm sorry for ranting.
It's all right. That happens sometimes. But we'll pick it back up. Well, I mean, just be excited for Daredevil, y'all. What's after Daredevil?
Daredevil. We had something, but I forgot. Basically, I'm just gonna go to the breaking news.
Good.
Well, we were gonna talk about the Transformers universe.
Well, Transformers. Breaking news.
We can save that for the end if we have time. But the breaking news, which is a lot more interesting, is Old Man Logan. Oh, this is not news. This is a rumor. Fox anticipates an R rating for Wolverine 3.
Come on, Wolverine should be R rated.
Which they already think is gonna be Old Man Logan. I'm incredibly
very excited.
Excited if that is the case. Like now they're like,
if you guys haven't read Old Man Logan, it's an adult story.
Now they're like, X-Men does have a lot of R-rated characters that we can do.
And just so y'all know, movie studios, just so you know, the kid is the big generation, and they read comic books, but you have to understand the generation that actually grew up on comic books, like the Silver Age of comics,
are grown up.
Like they're super grown up, like they're old, and then the kids that they raised, they're grown up too. So you have a crowd of people who you're not really pandering to right now.
What I really love that Deadpool did was that Deadpool. The only reason why they don't make comic book movies rated R is because you can't maximize profits by not you're
right. I know I get it.
Discriminated against the kids and stuff, and it just takes your opportunity away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool made $150 million. That's good for any movie at any rate. They're probably like, fuck the kids now. Like, every movie.
Fuck them kids.
No, I'm talking about like like the studios are really gonna be like,
yeah,
it's possible to make a 700 million. I think Deadpool by the end is gonna make 700 million plus.
700 million plus.
Yeah, with the numbers that we have now, so, like that's about Man of Steel numbers, Guardians numbers. I think it's gonna be that for a $40 million movie. I think the studios are gonna be like now, like, hey, it's possible. Fuck the kids. Fuck kids.
Fuck 'em.
Like, no, we can literally make great movies like and go full force with them now.
Yeah.
Like, and we can still anticipate making this much.
Yeah.
You know, like
You still anticipate 150 mil.
yeah. I mean, Deadpool made 150 mil because it was a rated R movie. Honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah, it seems like
wasn't-
no, you're right on that. I think like I feel like it went to 150 mil because the fact that it was rated R.
Right.
Like the movie itself made it. I don't know. It made it sell. Like,
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
It's the marketing campaign for Deadpool was amazing.
I mean, it was right.
It was
the
like
best
one.
marketing campaign
Probably ever. It's like I've
ever.
never seen one like
By
that.
far.
And people, that's what people like who've never even seen who the fuck knows who Deadpool is unless you're a comic book fan.
Yeah.
Nobody
Nobody
knows who Deadpool is. He $150 million in 4 days. Come on, guys. Like that's.
I mean, for the simple fact that I took my girl to see Deadpool.
Oh, okay.
So this is giving you an example of how this is actually affecting the people who don't know what Deadpool is. I took my girlfriend to see Deadpool. She's not a comic book fan. She doesn't know much about comic books. She knows what Superman and Batman is, of course, but that's mainstream. She didn't know what Deadpool is. We went to see the movie, and she, like, before the movie was done, she's like, I cannot wait till this comes out on DVD because I'm buying this shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bro. Like,
Yeah.
she was already ready to see it. She was already ready to see it again. You know what I
Deadpool
mean?
got the chicks because of that love story. They added that love story, and it really did, like, you could tell, like, Deadpool's character, at least the way they made the movie flow. He loved that girl.
Yeah.
Like, and they girls love when guys love the girl. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, oh, that's, you know what I mean? Like, you could tell, like, that sold girls on the movie, and then all the extra funny shit. They had a love story and then funny. It doesn't even matter. It's a comic book movie. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what sold girls. Everything else sold guys. It's like it was a perfect mix.
Perfect.
You can say fuck children now, and you can do Old Man Logan. Like you can do
They do it well.
Let's face it, the Wolverine franchise not very good.
It's not. It's not that great.
How many are there right now?
Three.
Or two.
Three.
There's
We're
Wolverine.
We're not counting none of the days. We're not counting any of his interaction with the X-Men. Just his
No.
just the Wolverine standalone.
Yeah, X-Men Origins.
X-Men
that first
Origins.
one, Wolverine, and then there was the second one, which is
That's not the Silver Samurai one, is it?
The Wolverine. Is it called The Wolverine? One of these hoes is called The Wolverine. I think it was the third one, which was. There's one that's called X-Men Origins Wolverine, and the one is called
Yeah,
The
the X-Men
Wolverine.
Origins Wolverine is the one with Silver Samurai, right?
Yeah, the latest one.
Okay, so there was a one in the middle.
That is that the one where he fought Deadpool? No, that was the first
That's
one.
the first one. Was there a second? Or maybe there only been two.
I feel like there's three movies.
Me too, right? I feel like there's been three of them.
Where's the one with Gambit? That's
the first one. Maybe there's only been two.
Oh, maybe this is the third one. Okay. Oh yeah, it is the third movie. Okay. Yeah. I'm reading the article, guys.
It
Sorry.
says Wolverine 3 in the article, y'all. We didn't read it.
In big bold letters, it says Wolverine 3. We're retarded. Anyway, so like the other two have not been that good. Actually, the last one was pretty decent until the final act to me. But it had slow moments in the middle too, like in the beginning and the middle too. Like I didn't like that.
Who are directing these movies?
Nobody. Like it's like Wolverine is a staple. Come on, guys.
Like, they're not even trying with these Wolverine movies. It seems like it.
I want Matthew Vaughn to direct it. He did Kingsman. He did the First Class movie.
Kingsman was pretty good.
He did Kick-Ass. He does a lot of great movies.
I mean, the second one was good. It was better than the first by far. But like you said, near the end, it kind of got hacky.
Fell off.
It got pretty hacky near the end, where you have to kind of get to the. I don't know. It was weird to me. But I liked it up until that point. I thought it was actually a good movie up until that point. But yeah, it's an average movie. It's average. It's better than the first one. Hopefully the next one will be better. I think this is one of those franchises where it's going to get better as it goes.
I think so.
Because Old Man Logan is just Old Man Logan is the meat of Wolverine's story, really. Well, if you take out the stuff that his origin like actually grew up through centuries. If you don't want to tell that story, then you have to tell.
Well, they did it a couple times, right?
Yeah. Well, and then you have to tell the old Now he's decrepit.
They did it
Everybody else is dead. He's left.
They did it in the X-Men movie and then the Wolverine movie. And it's like,
They did. Oh my god! All right,
Well,
we
I
get
mean,
it. He's old as fuck.
it's just so strange to me that they didn't put like effort and care into Wolverine.
Right.
Like Deadpool got that treatment. I mean, I get X-Men would get that treatment.
But
It's just
Wolverine just
strange.
seems
Like
like-
they wouldn't do that. Like Wolverine should be, and I think what this is gonna show you is because I think Deadpool already did well. They did it right. Now they're. I feel like Fox is on a trend of like, oh, we should do things right.
We gotta
You know,
do
like
it
'cause, like
right.
they did Days of Future Past. A different team was already working on Fantastic Four while that was going on, so it was already too late to save that if it was already. I mean, so it's like that came out. I mean, that's negative, but that's still I consider that pre X-Men Days of Future Past
Yeah, I'm with
team.
you. I'm with you.
You know, and now it's like they got Deadpool successfully. Okay, and then I really think now that they have this perspective and like we should balance our control. You know, they're gonna do Gambit right, and then I think they're gonna do X. And I feel like by the time you get those, you know, by the time you get Gambit, if Gambit's done right, Wolverine 3 is gonna be done it's gonna be a great movie. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, well, definitely, but I have pretty low hopes for Gambit. I gotta be honest with you.
Well, Gambit apparently is going to be the biggest one out of all of them. I don't understand how it's a $150 million movie.
Right, they did spend a lot of money on this job.
Well, no, they pushed it back, I think, to cut the budget because, like, we were like, yeah, even if, you know, like, even fans never say
Even the fans were like, y'all spending that much on a Gambit movie?
It's weird. That's exactly what happens because fans don't care how much you spend on the movie. They're not active in the decision-making process. They don't care. As long as the movie's good, they don't care how much, they don't care if the studio makes any money.
But if your fans are telling
But
you that,
then you just bring out the news. Oh, what's his name? Channing Tatum is Gambit. $150 million budget. Really?
that don't seem
For
right.
Gambit? Hey, Fox, what y'all doing over there, man? And it's like, they really got, it's not that they got backlash, but people really like just wondering what the fuck is going on over there.
It seems kind of weird, right?
Like, who are you paying that much? Because I don't think who's in this movie? That's what I don't know. Is it Mr. Sinister?
First and foremost, like even if this was a good movie, like if you want to break even, you're about to spend 150 mil on it.
Yeah, if you want to break even,
Guys,
do you think it's Gambit gonna do Deadpool numbers?
It's not.
Deadpool didn't even think it was gonna do Deadpool numbers. Deadpool is literally your biggest opening ever. So unless you're anticipating
The biggest opening ever
for your studio, you know,
Come on.
yeah. I don't know. I'm excited for the Wolverine, but
I mean, Old Man Logan, I'm happy. If it gets an R rating, then it's just got to be a good movie, man.
I wonder if they're gonna figure out the whole reboot thing in that.
Reboot what?
Like just reboot in general. Like if they're gonna reboot, because you don't just say
You don't just give up on Wolverine.
Yeah, just because Hugh Jackman retired. We're not.
Oh, yeah.
We're not gonna miss out on millions of dollars
Nah.
every time a movie comes out.
Nah, they're about to
because-
Spider-Man this shit.
Yeah, no, and they're gonna do it within the universe that's already existing. So I'm trying to think on how you do that the right way, because Hugh Jackman has looked that way since the 1700s apparently. Like
goddamn.
what do you do to like
Stay looking like Wolverine.
So like no, even if you reboot it with a different actor, how do you? Maybe something happens in the Apocalypse movie where like timeline changes again, like there's fluctuations and this time he looks different.
Honestly, I think the best way to go about the time wouldn't work out, but it seems like one of the better ways to go about it would be to introduce Cable and Deadpool. Like that's really, I mean, because Cable is an automatic time factor. All right, let's just switch it. We can switch it around because we got Cable in here now because that's his story is to travel through time. That's what Cable does. So like you could really just build around.
I think
that.
I figured it out.
What?
I really think I figured it out. Okay, this is what you do. Old Man Logan, right, comes out after Apocalypse. Yeah, it definitely does because Apocalypse coming out in a couple months actually. So Apocalypse. Or in one of these movies. Maybe even Deadpool 2, if you can get Hugh Jackman and maybe do that one.
He's trying to get Hugh Jackman really bad.
Yeah, in one of these movies, you take the current Wolverine and take him to the distant future. Like he has to just go to the distant future for whatever reason, like past Apocalypse, like the Old Man Logan time. You take him there and he disappears from the timeline in 2015, the current year, like the Deadpool 2 year, like whenever that comes out. He disappears, right? You take him to the future. He does Old Man Logan in the future, right?
Yes. he was.
As he was, right? Cable, but Deadpool 2 is where you fix the time. Like Cable coming back in time for some reason, and it kind of fixes it in a way. So so where maybe he has it to where like, I don't know, he has a young Wolverine, like a young Wolverine with him that looks different than the one you sent into the Old Man Logan time, kind of.
Yeah,
like, or something like that. That's one way you could try. Or Cable goes way back in time first, brings that version of Wolverine to the current time for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like you brought the 1700 version of Wolverine, and he's like super young looking, like very different looking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like. The only reason why Wolverine doesn't work now is because Hugh Jackman apparently looks like that for hundreds of years. Like so no matter what century, he looks like that. Like, you know, like that'd be the only thing.
Yeah. I don't know why. Why'd y'all do that? Like, I mean, you could have easily just got a younger, just actor for like the 1700s, and then gave us Hugh Jackman in the 2000s. Y'all could have did that.
You could have.
Like,
you didn't. You could have.
Nah, it's Wolverine. He stays the same age forever.
Nah, yeah. The only time he looked different was with the kids. Like when he was a kid, that's pretty much it. Though.
Yeah, like he was like an actual 10-year-old, which you can't have a full beard at 10. So I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Any more thoughts on?
Old Man Logan's gonna be dope, man. Well, I mean, if it's gonna be rated R, let's think about the potentials that they could have in it. I mean, because the comic book itself was pretty gruesome. I mean, but you had the Hulk in there, which he's probably not going to be in Old Man Logan. You had Hawkeye in there. He's probably not going to be in Old Man Logan.
What do you do with the... I guess do you just keep the Quinjet? Because, like, didn't they ride around in Spider-Man's, like, car for a while?
Is that what?
Yeah, remember, like, that's what Hawkeye and Wolverine were riding around in. Like, it was Spider-Man's Spider-Mobile.
The Spider-Mobile?
Yeah, like, it was just... I guess you guys...
All right. Oh, okay, yeah.
For a while, right? Like, and then there was the symbiote Tyrannosaurus Rex. Remember that shit?
Yeah, like, I don't know.
First of all, why is there time? I don't know. There's a lot of weird...
There's a lot of things they could conceptualize in this next, the Wolverine 3 movie, so I'm pretty excited about if they do.
Who rules the world in the future is what I want to know. Because wasn't it Ultron had a part and Apocalypse had his part of the world, and then, like, the heroes all live in Europe?
Yeah, like, that's what it was. Like, the world was split up into sections according to the villains, like the head villains. But I can't recall specifically what they were. I have to read the comic again.
I thought Apocalypse had a big part.
It's been years since I read.
Well, the new ones that came out kind of rebooted Old Man Logan. Not rebooted, but like he's now the Logan of the main Marvel universe now. Like they did the Secret Wars, the new one that just came out. Well, not the new one, but like this last run that just ended, the Secret Wars. It pretty much took that Old Man Logan. The end of his life is. Dr. Doom did the whole battle world thing, combined all these worlds. So he was just traveling through all the worlds that Dr. Doom created. He eventually got to the main Marvel timeline, and after everything ended, Battle World ended. He didn't really help. It just shows him, and now he's the main Wolverine. The Old Man Logan is the main Wolverine, and this motherfucker still doesn't get old. Like he has not lost a step, guys. No, his hair may be gray, but he has not lost. Apparently, he hasn't. Like,
still cold as fuck.
Like he takes out everybody in this. Like, the people he was taking out, bro. He fought the Marvel zombies. It was just a lot. It was just like, he fought like the Thor Corps. It was a lot. But I'm excited about Old Man Logan. I just forgot who they would do it as the main villain. It was just a bunch of gangsters, right? Who is the main villain in Old Man Logan?
I mean, it was pretty much like the Wild West. Logan, man. Hulk was, I don't know if he was the main villain, but he was like in a...
you know what? I'd rather, instead of replacing Hulk with Blob, I would rather do Juggernaut. Then you could probably do a way better fight, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, Juggernaut. I'll be much more happy with Juggernaut than Blob.
And then that way you can have Sir Patrick Stewart Xavier, like, storyline makes sense. Like, he's so deeply involved, right? Because he's in the movie. So... that'd be the way I go.
Well,
right. Any more thoughts on this, man?
I have no other thoughts on that, man.
I don't either, man. It's been a great podcast. I think we're coming down to the end of this. I'm pretty sure we are.
Yeah. Just some quick picks just to throw out there that you people just think about. Cloverfield's coming out.
Oh yeah, Cloverfield.
That looks pretty dope. Any comments on Cloverfield?
Cloverfield. Just to be real quick about it. looks like a great action. It looks like what the first Cloverfield should have been, because what the first Cloverfield was a shaky cam movie.
Yeah.
This one it looks like it's going to its roots as a horror movie, you know, like a mystery horror. And,
I'm with you.
And I like it, and I like that the main character. It's the guy from Roseanne. I forget his name, but that guy.
Yeah, the husband.
He's awesome in everything he's in.
Yeah.
He was in this one movie called Red State. I don't know. It's about these people who are like these cult people.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that movie got crazy.
I didn't see that.
There was a shoot up.
That
That movie's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next thing, Keira Knightley, Stephen Lang, could be Cable, and the crazy chick from Deadpool. What do you think of those actors?
I would go younger.
Deadpool?
Oh, Stephen Lang is the guy with the gray hair from Avatar, the blue people, you know, the Na'vi. Keira Knightley, she's good in anything she does. So, yeah, sure. I mean, you could put any good actress in there.
Yeah, she's supposed to play Domino, which is a sidekick of Deadpool and Cable. Which, yeah, whatever.
Domino, oh yeah,
she could work out, whatever.
Isn't Domino evil though?
Well, I mean, she's rolling with Deadpool, so.
But for Stephen Lang, they should go younger. They should go younger than Stephen Lang. Gerard Butler was the one I was saying. Which
Gerard Butler would be a good pick. I didn't actually have one myself, but I would like. Oh man, damn, who would be good?
There's like a lot of new. Like there's like a lot.
You want somebody young, right? You want somebody
even Jai Courtney,
like mid-age to young. I would go mid-age, like, cause I want him to be
30s.
I want him to be like a Deadstroke-ish.
Here's the thing. No, here's the thing. I don't want him to be old. I want his gray hair to be a side effect of the techno-organic virus.
Okay.
Like I want him to be 30s.
Okay.
You know, like I want him to be Wolverine age. Well, Wolverine's hundreds of years old, but yeah, like something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like 30s, maybe late 30s. But I want to be able to franchise this fool. So,
all right.
Next quick.
Just another quick pick. Predator. Just to talk about that.
Oh yeah, Predator.
Predator. Shane's Black.
Shane Black, Iron Man 3, which is
yeah.
But he does good movies.
I like Predator. I like the first one. Don't get me wrong.
It's weird that Shane Black is directing that one though, because he did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang comedy. Mm-hmm. He did Iron Man 3 comedy. Comedy action, and then Predator, huh?
Then Predator.
Right,
it's kind of went way out of left field with that one.
It's like a weird jump. I mean, I don't know.
Well, as far as movie news, that's about it. Well, as far as we're concerned, when it comes to Fandomnauts and our fandoms.
Well, this is supposed to be a quick podcast. Honestly, it's probably longer than the last one I did.
We went way more than we should have.
We had some dropping news. Well, we just had to talk about Deadpool, man. Like Deadpool was just too good.
Ooh, Moon Knight. Would you guys like to see Moon Knight in an R-rated movie? Wouldn't that be interesting?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be dope?
Moon Knight is crazy though.
Yeah, that'd be dope, right?
Like he's actually crazy.
No, he is crazy.
He has a split personality, right?
No, he's actually in the same. He's like
the same Batman.
Well, he's Marvel's Batman, but like a lot worse mentally.
I'm not gonna lie, and people are gonna hate me for this. I think he kind of has a cooler suit than Batman. Like, and people are probably
he's drawn better than Batman. Let's not be. I mean,
yeah, he has years ahead of him. Don't get me wrong. Like he just could completely rip him off, but like. I like his suit. Moon Knight has a cool suit.
Would you like to see a Black Widow R-rated movie?
I mean, it's probably gonna focus.
It's a spy movie.
No,
it would be a spy movie.
No, it's probably gonna be focused on her not being able to have babies and shit.
What?
I don't want to like you know, kind of This it was kind of the same problem I had with the Jessica Jones thing. Like Jessica Jones was a female empowerment show. Just make a good show with a female.
Like why can't you?
Like, why you gotta make it about girl power? Like, I don't. Every show that has guys as the lead is not a guy power. Like, it's not like
testosterone up the ass.
We just happen to make shows like that. And, you know what I'm saying? Like with male lead. Why can't you make a badass show with a female lead? And it doesn't always. It always has to focus on like sensitive. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, it's not. Don't get me wrong. I feel like it was good for what it was. But the main topic of Jessica Jones is how pretty much she got raped. Right. And that's such a specific thing to focus on. Like, it's more about like being raped than the superhero aspect of it. It's like, come on, bro. You're still a superhero.
Like, she's getting over that mentally as a woman. Which you have. I mean, we're not downplaying that. Don't get us wrong.
No,
but.
which if the show was called Life After Rape or whatever, you know, as a like maybe that would be like I'd be like, oh, okay, but it's a Marvel. Just, you know what I mean? Where's the focus more on the I don't know. I feel like that should have been more of an illusion. Mm-hmm. It was like that. It started off like that in the series, but then it started being very direct about it.
That's the thing.
I think she just kind of said it once.
That was the thing. Like it was started off as like this mystical, almost fantastical thing that he had this mind control over her. Then it turned out to be it didn't turn out to be, but then it kind of just turned into like I just have control over you because I actually raped you.
Yeah,
that's why I have mental control over you.
And it wasn't done.
Which wasn't just that, because Jessica Jones is a good show, but like we're just saying that's what it kind of boiled down to. It's like a female empowerment.
Yeah, it's like that's
you can make more than that. Since it's a superhero.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, you could have made more than that. That's exactly. The show could have been more. It could have been about that and superhero stuff more often. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Some other ones just off the top of your head. Just to think about that. Some R-rated movies. Venom/Carnage movie.
Nice.
Just focus on the symbiotes.
Great.
Let's see where we go with that.
Well, Carnage would definitely make it the rated R. Like Carnage versus Venom. Venom is more lately in the later years. He's been more of a good guy. He's Agent Venom in the Guardians and stuff. Like he's.
What about Lobo?
Oh yeah, obviously Lobo would have a Deadpool-esque movie. If DC wanted to do their version of Deadpool, like do Lobo.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it. Like you got it, Lobo. Like Lobo. Or unless you want to do a Joker movie, I don't know if you would want to do that. Like,
I would like to see a Joker R-rated movie. Like don't give me an origin fucking Joker story. God damn it, don't give me another origin story. But give me
actually a Joker movie would be
like give me a Joker movie. Like give me an adventure of Joker. But don't give me an origin story. I don't want that. I'm tired of origins. I really am tired of origins.
But you shoot it like gangster as fuck.
So I'm talking about
like. I'm trying to think of a
movie. Give me a heist movie or some shit. But Joker heist or some shit.
You could do it like where he's like a true, not like Godfather or anything, but like what's a good like mafia?
Kingpin? I mean, he's the kingpin of Venom. I mean, Arkham.
Like a mafia type movie that's also kind of funny and dark. I don't know. Like Fargo is
pretty much.
Yeah, Fargo is pretty much what I'm describing. If y'all have seen the show Fargo's shot in a dope way, and it's actually funny for the most part. It's just
I could see like Billy Bob being Joker. Like not him being Joker, but I could see that being Joker going through that story.
Exactly.
I can see that.
But when it's time to turn to the killer, like
he turns truly into what Joker really is.
Yes, everything. And
you see that psychotic.
You know what? A Joker movie would be cool.
Yeah, it would. A Joker movie would not be bad.
I'm trying to
maybe since we're already going down that Red Hood path, tell that story, but like really tell
never gonna happen.
Really tell like just Red Hood and like just nothing but Red Hood and Joker. Like tell that story.
Nope.
Like just nothing but those two.
PG-13 like a bitch. They're never gonna let you do that. Like
that shit, that'd be some real ass shit. And then at the end, shoot that nigga in the fucking.
Whoa.
There's some real ass shit, nigga.
Whoa. You know, I had a rated R movie in mind.
Just think about it. Then at the end, Joker just kills like Jason Todd, shoots him in the face, and then he gets resurrected by the Lazarus Pit. I'm just saying, it'd be some crazy ass shit, man. I want to see a rated R Batman like themed movie. I like it to be Joker, but make it maybe a Red Hood story. That'd be pretty popular.
I don't know. I would like to see some rated R animated movies, like if
definitely. Well,
if like Cowboy Bebop.
What's that last movie not rated R? Didn't Justice League just come out, or DC came out with a movie recently that was like pretty damn near pushing the threshold of like maybe it was Marvel.
What, live action? Or?
No, it was a cartoon. But it was like bloody as fuck or something like that, and it seemed like to push the threshold of PG-13. I'm gonna have to go back and check these out. But
Bad Blood came out.
It was one of their newer ones. It may have been. It was one of their newer ones, and it was like to me, it was like I can't let my kid watch this movie.
I know on the Assault on Arkham movie, which is basically the Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, that one got pretty bloody.
They were fucking. Like,
yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. That may be what I'm thinking of.
I know Harley Quinn and Deadshot were fucking in that one.
Yeah, that may be what I'm thinking of. But like that's what I'm saying. Like they're already kind of.
If we're on the rated R track, I would like to see Cowboy Bebop as a rated R movie.
Yeah.
With a big budget, you know. Like something like that. I don't know.
Well, man, if they're willing to open up the playing field, like to give like those cartoonish shows the rated R content, then anime is becoming more likely.
Oh my god, anime does it. Like Tokyo Ghoul as a movie, like people would be like, "What the fuck?" Or Death Note, like Death Note as a movie, or like because these movies are
genuinely intelligent.
They're actually intelligent. That's what it is. Like, and you could get the perfect director, just easy. He would like, oh, I'm not even doing this because it's an anime. It's like it's just a crazy movie. Like it's like it would be a crazy. Death Note could be you can make it a trilogy if you want. I think you could find a way to summarize the series into a movie.
Like Adam Sandler. Jim Carrey has like done something almost similar to Death Note. Yeah, I feel like not plot, almost like the character he portrayed is similar to one of the Death Note characters. The plot is not at all, but like just the way he acted. So I could see Jim Carrey as like I forget what his name is in the show, but the dude who's basically doing the manipulation, not the main character, but the dude who's in the room. What is his name? I think it's like is it L or something? I can't remember what his name is. I haven't watched Death Note in forever either. But like he's the actual Light, not Light, but the other one. He's the actual like villain, if you will. I'm doing air quotes because he's not really a villain. You have to watch Death Note.
Oh, he's that weird one that doesn't wear shoes, right?
Right, the weird one that doesn't wear shoes. I could see Jim Carrey.
No, he's Light, right?
That's Light?
Yeah, the villain is Light. The main character that actually writes his name is something else.
Yeah.
Because I remember he said we're gonna bring light to the world as one of his
something
villainish
like that.
quotes. Like it was weird. Like
and I could so like another just saying one, Death Note. I could see that being portrayed.
Another one. I think you're a big fan of this one too. Dead Man Wonderland. That'd be that
would be a good movie.
You want a rated R movie? And you can make it almost pretty much big budget and weird in a way, like horror kind. Like Dead Man Wonderland has a lot of different things.
Dead Man Wonderland could be a really trippy movie if you really wanted it to be. I just thought about that.
An Attack on Titan big budget Hollywood version that could be rated R. You know, like there's a lot of rated R movies that you can get.
Anime lends itself well to the rated R factor. I mean, they have a lot more freedom with their cartoons than we do over here. So
yeah. But I mean, Marvel has its own I think the better comics for rated R would be the ones that what's that company DC has that does Sandman, Image, not Image.
I know what you're talking about.
Dark Horse. Starts with a V, I think. Not Variant. Valiant.
Maybe.
Whatever. Valiant.
Maybe Variant.
Valiant.
Maybe Variant.
One of their comic book lines focuses on all of the darkness, basically. And they should make. I think they actually did. I think they gave that to Legendary. Legendary's coming out their own cinematic universe. I'm not thinking. But anyway, guys, we went on kind of a tangent. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this podcast up. It's been fun, man. Thank you for joining us on this journey. You know, we've been on the journey through space, discovering all these fandoms. I've had fun with you guys.
I've had even more fun with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna one up you, Andy. I've had more fun with them.
It's not necessary, but all right. Yeah, I guess Herbert had more fun. Okay, anyway, you can catch us here on our podcast, our YouTube channel. It's just the Fandomnauts. That's all you have. There's nobody named us. Just go to youtube.com, type in the Fandomnauts, find our page, subscribe it. You'll get content like this all the time, and from there, you get all the other stuff. We do Twitch streams. He's got game. HEEZGOT game. You're not stupid. You can spell that first part might trick you.
I'm Hikado Rain. That's a little bit hard to spell, so I'll spell it out for you. HIKADO_REIGN.
Right. We have a Twitter, at Fandomnauts. Instagram at Fandomnauts.
Follow us on everything.
Just follow us on everything.
Do it.
And if you want to talk to us, just send us a message. Hit us a like. We need the support, yo.
We're regular old dudes, man.
Regular dudes. You have anything you need to promote?
Promotion wise, just look out for some actual cartoons coming soon. I have some concepts that'll be coming out. So I got a comic book that'll be coming out at some point or another.
We've been working on a comic book for a while.
So just be ready, and we're gonna do some more.
What about your R page?
Our page, it's doing well actually. I can't remember because it's an extremely long title, so it's better if we just put the link in the description of this YouTube. So we'll put a bunch of links down the bottom for you to follow us and check out our stuff. But I do have some art if you're interested in some digital artwork, cartoons, that type of thing. Check it out. I also have some sports stuff if you like that.
Definitely. It does custom stuff too. If you just want to send us a message,
if you just want to talk to us,
just comment.
I'm a regular
Or you can hit the Fandomnauts Gmail.
Yeah,
it's the Fandomnauts. Guys, it's not that hard.
It's not hard at all.
We're everywhere.
We got the only Fandomnauts.
We're like air. We're everywhere.
That's That's a good analogy.
Well, I guess it's not because we're not in space, and Fandomnauts is the whole space thing. I guess.
Yeah, so you're wrong on that one. We can talk about this offline, but Interstellar. I have a movie plot for you that you should actually write.
Next time on the Fandomnauts. But all right, guys, it's been real. We're going to be out now. Wait.
Be easy.